Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening, beautiful people. How are we doing? Jeff, I saw that you messaged me. I didn't get a chance to take a look. Hold on. Yeah, she was just disingenuous as shit, bro. Like there was no actual substance behind anything that she was saying. And she just really wanted to all that she really wanted to do was come up and say black people can be racist. Like that's what she really wanted to get to. And like Dean knew that. I didn't realize who she was until like sitting there for a while and started listening. But that's the only thing that she wanted to do. And then once she realized that she couldn't get to that, she just started spiraling. Like the entire time she was just like floundering. It's the weirdest shit ever. Weirdest shit ever. I think it's so crazy when people are actually one trick ponies. Like they don't have the substance to deal with anything except the same shit that they say over and over and over. So I don't know. Anywho, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to get started with some debates. Guys, if you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live, push us out to the FYP. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1 cent gift goals, if you don't mind. And it'll go ahead and boost the live. And again, if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. We're going to go ahead and kick this thing off the way that we do it. Let's go.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Nope. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah, this ain't a safe place.
It is not.
This is flame space.
It absolutely is.
Sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, guys. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. But if you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. All right. So first and foremost, we have someone who's like, oh, so corny. Real. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yes, I disagree with something on the background.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Real, we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a second. But before we do, I have a quick question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
Do I know who you are?
Mm-hmm.
You're just, yeah. I mean, I've seen you around.
Really? Okay. Listen, I'm actually kind of surprised. All right. Well, Real, would you mind if I give not only you but everyone else a quick introduction, a proper introduction to who I am and what this is?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. One moment here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in. This is a Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana. And guys, if you are a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you want to debate, guess what? You don't even have to leave where you are. Just click that link. But we have Real up here. Real, which point on the background do you disagree with the most where you would like to start?
The part that says remove white men from power.
Okay. Awesome. Why do you think we should not remove white men from power?
I'm not necessarily saying we shouldn't, but I was just wondering, like, what makes you think we should?
Yeah, absolutely. The reason why I say there's a need to remove white men from power is based off of the 250-year history of our country. The fact that our country, when it was first founded, was literally only founded for white men that own land. Everyone else past that point has had to be given their rights. And if you even take a look at the history of our country over the 250 years, it has been 90% of the power coalesced and held by white men, and that's House, Congress, and the presidency. And so while they have passed legislation at time that has been beneficial to everyone, more often than not, they pass legislation that is overwhelmingly harming marginalized groups, in which everyone who is not a white man, a straight white man, is part of some type of marginalized group. So the point being is that we are at the edge of an existential crisis. Our country is actually on the brink of collapse, and I can tell you why with a couple of different indicators. But that's the reason why I say we need to remove white men from power, is because they're the ones who have been in control of our country for the duration of our country, and we need to address that issue.
Santana,
what up, bro?
What's up?
Ain't much. Hey, I saw you on CNN.
Hey, man.
Talking about that budget, 1.5 trillion. He is bugging.
Bro, they're crazy, dog. It's like every day is something new. You know?
Did he run? He fucking ran. I said, not you up here running off the ops. What are we doing?
Bro. You know what it is, man. They can't take it, bro.
Oh, man. Ain't no way. You just got here and you already scaring them off.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know, it's crazy. It's like nowadays, man, they just run off.
Yeah.
Can't even get in.
No, listen, they instead of them like debating a losing point, they'll just leave. They'll just pack their bags and go.
Man, I just had to come on here to say, man, congrats on 100K, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it. Congrats on $1 million. I saw that and I was like, holy smokes.
Man, Santana, bro, 100K, bro. That's just crazy, man. Shout out to you, bro.
I see that you're almost about to cross 1 million on Instagram too.
Yeah, bro. Shit's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real.
Yeah. Are you going live this evening?
Nah, bro. Okay. Not at all. But I really just want to come up here to say, man, shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big believer in giving people their flowers, bro. Because I think we do all that stuff when people leave and when they pass on or whatever. But I think we got to normalize coming up and celebrating people, bro, when they make big accomplishments, man.
Yeah.
And wanted to give you that shout out.
Listen, you know how much I appreciate you. So, you know what it is.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to hop back off. I'm going to be watching, but shout out to you, bro. 100%.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
Yeah.
W's in chat for my little brother, Isaiah. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart meat. It's only 1 coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I'm so not the first debate actually just running. And there were multiple of them in the box, but now all of a sudden they don't have anything to say. That's super interesting. That's super interesting. Hey, I would love to get anyone, just one person that's willing to push back on the idea of cutting the military budget, because holy smokes. Again, I started to read off the fact that, there's a multitude of actual cuts that the Trump administration is looking to make in order to hit that 1.5 trillion. And they're taking from each and every sector of like any type of social safety net, anything that would be beneficial. Like, I don't even understand how this is happening. And even more so, I think it's time that we take the keys away from Trump. Like, what are we doing? Like, he has been unhinged today. It's fucking wild. I don't know if this person's gonna load. Guys, if you don't mind, keep tapping the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 75,000 likes. Also, I'm gonna reset the daily gift goal to these little 1 cent gift goals. And if we can keep knocking those out, it'll boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Cody, if you're there, you can request back up. This person N said it's TDS. Hey, I'm sending you a request to come up, and oh, you've already been muted. The person N and their username is N1159-137. Come up here and tell me about TDS. Trump supporters, you guys are the ones that have TDS. Like, you're literally the ones who, for some reason, have an inability. Like the last debate with what's her name, Conservatina. Like, what the fuck was that? It was insane. Hi. Please don't do that. That's I don't like that. You're a child. You're not supposed to be on TikTok live if you're not over the age of 18. Please don't do that. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Oh, there we go. He said, what do you mean, let me off? Come up here and tell me about that. Sent you a request. What do you mean, let me off? You just got muted. It's so interesting that like Trump supporters are like thumb thugs in the comments. It's super interesting. Super interesting. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, Conservatina, like that's cognitive dissonance at its finest. Like, but that's the only way that you can actually support Donald Trump today, right? You have to be willing to disengage from reality. That's the only way that you can actually support. Right? Like there's no other way. There's no other way. Really quick, W's in the chat. W's in the chat for a couple of people. You guys are being absolutely fucking amazing already. He couldn't handle it. I couldn't either. Oh, you said incorrect. Oh, okay. Well, come up here and tell me about it. Why gotta fight something or whatever, like whatever, liquidity. I can't send you a request to come up, but I can mute you. Come up here and tell me about it. You said incorrect. Come up here and tell me about it. Request up. Can't send you a request. Get up here though. Again, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. You're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Trump supporter. Yes, you disagree, or a combination?
I disagree with remove white men from power.
Okay. What state are you in?
I'm from Alaska.
You're from Alaska.
Correct.
Cool. What's the biggest healthcare? What's the biggest healthcare hospital in Alaska? They have multiple
I don't know
hospitals
what's
throughout
the
Alaska.
biggest healthcare hospital in Alaska, bro.
Well, you would have to know because
Nah, I
they're
don't
one
know.
of the only few healthcare providers in Alaska.
No, I don't know the name.
You don't? Okay, what's the name of the NFL team in Alaska?
There's no NFL team in Alaska.
That was a trick question. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kick you because you're not an actual U.S. citizen. But that healthcare question is real. Again, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Debbie's in the chat for Tori for the $20 super chat to say, I so rarely just send one of these just because, primarily because I'm a mouthy. Holy smokes. I appreciate you, what you do, Santana. Tori, I appreciate you way much more. W's in the chat for Tori. Thank you so much for the $20 donation. W's in the chat for Blue Bonnet for the $5 super chat to say, happy Sunday Eve. Wait, it's already Sunday, not Sunday Eve. You mean Monday Eve. A madman is driving us nuts. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Blue Bonnet. W's in chat for Blue Bonnet. W's in the chat for David for the $5 donation. Can I actually personally define racism? I've had experiences where I was insulted with terms like wigger and race traitor, and I'm trying to understand how those situations are viewed within the framework. 100% trying to learn not to be confrontational. Yeah, no, all good. Racism is so much more than a word. Like a lot of people think that it's just calling names, and I'll just leave you with this preference or this framing. If racism for Black people was just someone calling us the N-word, we would take it. We would take it all day, every day, twice on Sunday. If that's all racism was just someone saying the N-word, then like life would be a whole of a hell lot easier for us. So I'll just leave it there. And I'm sure at some point someone's going to want to come up and get into that even more. Anyway, W's in the chat for David for that dono. And last but not least, W's in the chat for Kayla, who sent a $2 donation saying, just wanted to say, I want to make your intro song my son's basketball walk up. It's fire. I know that's right. I know that's right. Love you. Love you too. W's in the chat, guys. If anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read those out. Hi, Tom. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Would I be able to have 2 minutes of your time?
Maybe. Only if you tell me why people actually eat beans on toast. Like, what's appealing about that?
I think it's back to the Blitz era, and we could get beans.
I think so too. But like,
we could get bread.
But like,
it's the same reason that bombing Iran doesn't work.
Right, but like, you guys, it's been so long. I don't understand. Anyway, all right. What's your question? That's fair. You got it.
So, Trump has constantly said that us in Europe aren't pulling our weight, but he's the one starting the war. Why should we as a country support that when not months ago he was saying that the soldiers that fell in Afghanistan were not on the front lines?
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And I think the fact that there are so many different powers within Europe that are actually standing up and telling him no, I think that's something that's beneficial, right? And I say that as an American citizen, someone who loves my country, someone who wants the people within my country to be happy, safe, and whole, or someone who vehemently rails against our current government and government as a whole. I think the only way to check Trump is by telling him no. I mean, you see him lashing out at our allies across the board. He's weakening us as a country and as a world as a whole. But I think the only thing that is going to land home for him is when he continues to make these big threats, but yet like no one else is going to back him up on those big threats. So I don't think you should, because we don't either.
My current stance as someone trying to, in the process of joining the British Army, is the US forces need to leave RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, because that's why the drones attacked there.
Mhm.
And the US forces can no longer use Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and Fairford to attack Iran.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like the thing is if there were more of our allies saying no, and saying that, hey, you can't use these bases to strike, then this entire approach that he's taking would absolutely be it would be a course of action really quickly. And I think also what you would see is you would see him stop threatening tariffs so much. You would see like the posturing that he does on the world stage. He only does it because he's here in the US. Have you ever noticed that when he actually leaves the country and he interacts with like other real leaders that he just shrinks?
Well, as you know, tariffs don't affect us.
Exactly.
They affect you.
But he's so stupid. And then the people that support him, they're so stupid as well. They think that the other countries pay it.
I can't think unless Trump tells me to.
Anyway, listen, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you for answering the question. I'm going to see if I can get some debates.
It's a massively difficult situation that a lot more people need to be bringing attention to.
I agree.
Because it isn't just down to economics and the oil that people have.
Yep.
And I appreciate you allowing me to have this time. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good one. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. Hi, Eric. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I do disagree with something in the background, but I'm not a Trump supporter.
Okay. For TikTok purposes, what's your age?
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
June 30th, 2007.
Okay. All right. What do you disagree with on the background, Eric?
So I disagree with like cutting the military budget. Like, what do you like? How much do you want to cut the military budget by?
A lot, a whole bunch, like a bigly amount, like bigger than we've ever seen. No, I don't have a set number when it comes to cutting the military budget. And when I say cut the military budget, it's really a combination of things that have to happen in order to get to the justification point that I want to see, right? When you take a look at our current military budget, it's $1 trillion. Trump is requesting that we increase it to 1.5 trillion in 2027 while cutting a shit ton of like programs and things that are beneficial to everyday Americans and internationally as well. But our current military budget is not only the largest in the world. If you look at the top 15 military budgets, if you take the next 14 and you add all their military budgets together, ours is still the largest. If you take our current budget, you cut it in half, it's still the largest by 300 billion. And so if you even take a look at the next 14 of the top 15, 11 of them are our allies, and one of them is at least we're friendly with India. So at the very least, 12 of the 14 next top military budgets, we're friendly with them. So what I would like to see is not only a cut to the military, but we would need to do audits, right? We need to audit the DOD, the Pentagon, things like that, and ensure that we eliminate all the wasteful spending that's occurring. Stuff like what just happened in September with Pete Hegseth spending $93 billion in just the month of September, just to justify the actual military budget. He had to buy stuff like steak, lobsters, Apple products, recliners, ice cream machines. He had to just buy stuff to justify. I saw that. Yeah. But then
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But what I would like to do is take the money and allocate it to a couple of different things. First and foremost, I want to pay our soldiers more, right? We need to make sure that we're taking care of our current soldiers. We need to improve the benefits for our veterans, with the VA and all that. We can take some of the money and allocate it towards universal health care for everyday Americans. So Americans have the ability to have access to health care and like a public option for higher education. So a free public option for college. So all of these things could be done with not only cutting our military budget, but doing the audit, reallocating it, and making sure like the proper money is spent. And all of this would still allow us to be like the largest military in the world. We can work on strengthening our allyships, and it'll also cool like the global tension as far as the issues with the military.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I see that. And then when you say like remove white men from power, like what if an like what if a black man ran for president as a Republican? Would you vote for him?
Whatever his views, like on his face, no, right? And the reason why I say no, it's not because of their race. Like and with me saying remove white men from power, it's not about race. It's about the actual history of our country and the control that they've had. But like, I find something interesting. I've heard Republicans say, I would never, ever, ever vote for a Democrat. Like, I think the name beside the person is just a name, right? And I say this all the time. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent. If you're not doing something beneficial for the American people, then you need to be voted out. And so if there were a hypothetical black Republican candidate or white or Asian, doesn't matter, if they were somehow, progressive and actively trying to do something beneficial for the American people, I don't care what letter they have beside their name. I just want them to do something good for the American people. So that's what I care about is the person that we're electing going to do something that's going to help progress us as a country and progress us as a people.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That makes sense. So like, let's just say if he had views like Trump, you wouldn't vote for him? No. Okay.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter about the race. I mean, like, Donald Trump's an idiot and like his policies are bad. Like prior to him taking power, his policies was bad. And like his policies lend themselves to like stupid people because they're catchy lies. That's all it really is. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Happy Easter, bro.
Happy Easter to you as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Also, happy Easter to everyone in the chat. I hope you guys found like a bunch of eggs, and I hope you guys got to spend time with your family. Hey, chat, got a question for you. This is one of those things. It's like, is it only a black thing? So black people, I don't need you to answer this. I don't need any black people to answer this question, because this is one of the questions where like I'm phoning a white person or an Asian person or an indigenous person or something. So black people, don't answer this question in the chat. This is for everyone else. Sorry, black people, this is not your question. Everyone else. So when black people on Easter, we hide eggs, like real eggs, but we also hide plastic eggs. And then when we hide plastic eggs, we put money inside the plastic eggs, right? Do you guys also hide plastic eggs with money inside of it too? Or is that just a black thing? You guys do too? Okay. Okay. I didn't know. I thought it might have just been a black thing. I didn't know if everybody else just have eggs and, yeah, sure do. Okay. All right. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up. We should say indigenous here. We don't mess with Easter. I know. You know what? That's a good point, Wolf Girl. That's a good point. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. Hi, TikTok notification.
You're
are you
nigger.
a Trump
Fuck
supporter?
You, nigger. Fuck you, nigger.
I know. Hey, fuck you, nigger. Fuck you, nigger. I know. Is that the best that you have? Like, hey, guess what? Guess what? Your ancestors would be so sad that you haven't updated your racism. Also, you're on mute right now, so no one can hear you like losing your shit. I don't give a fuck about you coming up and trying to actually think that that's gonna make me melt.
I'm just
I know. Shh. Do you have anything intelligent to say?
Yes, Eddie. I'll be quiet, Daddy Waddy.
Yeah. So you just came up to be fucking weird. Got it.
Yeah,
it's
but
okay.
I'm not racist.
Yeah, you just literally called me a nigger. Fuck you, and you're blocked. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Fuck out of here. And you're blocked. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree. You know what's fucking wild? You're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not racist." You literally just fuck. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Hi, Omen. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I am so sorry. I did not mean to press that. I was just doing my stuff. Sorry.
No worries. You know what you got to do now, though, right? Because you're up here. You got to do a mod.
Tap.
No, you got to tell the people, tap screen share the live, all the good stuff, and like
Guys,
gift goal, and you got to do the mod.
You love Santana. We love Santana. He is the bomb, the best. Tap the screen, share the live, do all the things, say hello, and say thank you to all the gifters. You guys are amazing. Blah blah blah.
All right, I appreciate you. I'm gonna drop you down. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. I will say this really quickly, because like there's a whole thing now where like there's young white men who think that like spamming the N-word isn't racist because that's all they hear, right? And so they hear other people do it. And so they come up on certain lives and they're just like N-word, N-word, N-word. And they think, oh, I'm not racist. I'm just doing what everybody else does. Which, like, first and foremost, don't be a fucking follower, right? But secondly, that's racist as fuck. And if you don't understand why that you perpetuating that type of harm and racism, not everybody's going to respond like me, right? But you perpetuating that type of harm and racism, like, no, that's just not funny. It's not cool. You're not just doing it because you think that, oh, everybody else is doing it. Like, fuck out of here. Like, that's the fucking worst. I fucking hate how much they come up and they spam the N word and they spam the R word and they spam the F word. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it drives me insane. Insane. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I'm not a Trump supporter, but I do have some questions about the background.
Okay, but do you disagree with the point?
I'm not quite sure. I think if I know what it means a bit more, I might.
Okay, which point is that then?
Okay, so cut the military budget. I have questions about that one, and I also have a couple questions about the remove white men from power.
Okay,
well.
So just to be clear, do you disagree overall with the premise of cutting the military budget?
I think so because how I understand the military budget, correct me if I'm wrong, is the military budget is there to support our military and to take care of them. And if you cut that, aren't you taking away their benefits and taking away?
A very small portion goes towards payroll. A very small portion goes towards veteran. A very small portion goes towards like R&D. Like the bulk of our military budget goes towards military contracts and unjustifiable spending. And the military hasn't passed the audit, and I don't know how long. The budget is bloated. No. Not at all.
Okay, sorry, that was a misunderstanding. I just wasn't sure exactly what that meant.
Yeah, all good.
If that makes sense. The remove white men from power. Why exactly do you say that? I know that there is a lot of racism. I'm not one of those people who says that racism doesn't exist. It does. But I was just curious, what does the white men part mean exactly?
Well, first tell me why you would disagree with removing white men from power.
Because I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm 18, by the way. Telling
it's
the
fine.
chat.
I don't think that you're young, but you're good. Keep going.
Okay, I have a higher pitched voice, but because I tend to think that it doesn't matter as much about the color of their skin as it does their policies. If Obama had Trump's policies, then he wouldn't be a good person, right? So I'm just curious, what does the white part have to do? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound racist. I'm just trying to understand.
You're fine. So the fact that it's specifically white men, this is not based off of their race, and which skin color isn't race, but that's a whole different thing. It's based off of the history of who's had power throughout the 250-year history of our country. The fact that white men have coalesced 90% of the power. And it deals with where we are today as a country. We have an existential crisis which if you disagree with even more, then I can go into it deeper. But it's not based off of them being white men. It just so happens to be that white men is the group that's held the majority of the power throughout the history of our country. And in order to ensure that our country doesn't collapse, I want to take the power away from the people that have had all the power and made all the decisions.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I was up on Parker's live the other day, and he told me just to like listen and do more research because my entire family is MAGA, and I have slowly learned that it's brainwashing and kind of a cult. And so like I want to learn more, and I do disagree with some things, but like I don't. You get what I mean?
Well, and I'll just say this. I mean, like not only challenging your thoughts with your family as far as the political perspective, but I think it's healthy to like challenge any of the norms that you may believe in when you grow up, right? One of the best things that happened to me, because I was born in like a small town in South Carolina, and I moved and went to college. I stayed in state, but I moved. It was like it was almost a 2-hour drive to get from where I was born to where I went to college. And experiencing life outside of like my small town in like the capital of South Carolina, and then traveling the world. And then I moved from South Carolina to the West Coast to Washington State. I love my family dearly, and I appreciate them for the foundation that they've given me. But being able to move away to experience the world, to challenge different thoughts and to learn and to grow has made me a better person as a whole. So just, you know, you can love your family, you can understand and respect your family, but you don't have to believe certain things just because your family believes it. Like challenge that thought. And then if you believe what they believe, make sure you're firmly rooted in it. If it's something that you're skeptical about, keep pushing on it until you figure out why you're skeptical.
Yeah, I did have another question if you're okay.
Sure,
like, I hope I'm not interrupting any of your debates. I know I'm not really debating.
Oh, you're fine. Go ahead.
Obviously, I respect everything about you and Parker and Dean. You guys have taught me a lot. Gun laws. I know that's not up on your screen. Why? Like, okay, I don't know how to word this correctly.
Just
what's happening? Okay, sorry. I'm also nervous because if my parents ever found out, like my family, they would be pissed that I'm learning about this kind of stuff. But so like everything, like the school shootings and everything, horrible, right? And those people, it makes me want to cry thinking about it. Those people do not deserve to have weapons to hurt people, you know? I don't agree with Charlie Kirk and what he believed, but what happened to him was wrong. You know, gun violence is wrong. But let's say like my father, he owns guns and he is responsible and he has them kept away. Why do you guys, from my understanding, keep in mind all my knowledge is from MAGA.
Yeah, no, all good. Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, sorry. Why do you guys feel it's necessary to take the guns away from the people who are responsible and would use them correctly, as well as it's not the guns that kill people, it's the people who kill people? And I'm saying that not because I necessarily believe that, but that's because of what I've always heard. So like, why do you guys want to take guns away from those who might not, I don't want to say deserve it, but have a right to have them?
Nobody wants to take any guns away. Like, see, this is the thing that I'll tell you. When it comes to what the right says, it's a lot of propaganda around extremism where it's not the case, right? And so what you see is a lot of times the people on the left just believe in like basic human decency, right? And we don't believe in like going overboard and all this other stuff. And so a lot of times the people on the left, because the left is such a wide tent, right? I mean, you have Democrats, which are damn near Republicans, all the way up to people that are communists, right? And it's a whole spectrum of people on the left. And so a lot of times what you just see is you see people on the left saying like, hey, like we believe everyone should have human decency, human rights, right? We don't have to personally believe that in abortions in order to say like women should have access to healthcare, right? And when it comes to like us protecting transgender people, it's just because they deserve human rights, not because, as Trump would say, transgender for everyone or some, you know, weird shit. It's literally just like, hey, people should be able to have human need. I mean, they should be able to be treated like humans and to actually be able to like live their life at how they want it, as long as they're not harming anyone. So when it comes to guns, no one's trying to take away guns, because like a lot of us on the left, including myself, are gun owners, right? But what we are advocating for is the ability to function in our country without getting shot, right? So we advocate for things like red flag laws, safe storage laws, universal background checks, a banning of the sale of ARs, right? And even that, like, that's the one thing that a lot of us want, and people get like so worried about. But even when we talk about a banning of the selling of ARs, no one's coming to collect the guns. No one is just going to take it away. The only thing that we're saying is those types of, because those guns were specifically made for military use. Like at the inception of those weapons, they were made for military use. And so we're just saying like, hey, maybe we shouldn't sell those to normal people anymore. Like you can have all the other stuff, just not that. And so we aren't advocating for like for people to just, you know, take away guns or all this other stuff. We just don't want kids getting shot at school. We don't want people getting shot at nightclubs or movie theaters or churches, which all of this happens. And we're at the point now where, one, we've already had an assault weapons ban before. Like it happened. I think it was put in place under Reagan or whatever. But when we had that before, you saw like mass shootings like drop. And it was one of the most successful things that we've done. So one, we have a history of it, but number two, like we're tired of the thoughts and prayers. Like it's the wildest shit. Was it under Clinton? I mean, oh wait, so Clinton, wait, I thought it sunset under Clinton. I had to check, but anyway, we had it before. Like we're tired of the thoughts and prayers. That's freaking crazy. Who, hold on. I've already removed the person. Who was it? The point that I'm getting to is that like we're sick and tired of like the thoughts and prayers, and that's the only issue is like we don't want you know, people losing their lives, and there's ways that we can do it.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Obviously, it's difficult because I don't believe these things, but it's in a way it's like I'm like made to believe them in a way, and I don't want to do that. Like when Alex Preddy was shot, my parents said that's good and he had a right to die and everything, and I've watched that video.
Oh, okay, I gotta drop you down because you can't say that, but I will reply to that. I'm gonna drop you down. Okay,
Sorry.
right, thank you. All right. So what I will say is that when you take a look at the justification of what happened under Alex Preddy, if you are someone that believes in your Second Amendment, then you should absolutely vehemently disagree with what happened with Alex Preddy, right? Like that's the biggest thing. That's absolutely the biggest thing. Anyway. We're going to get back into some debates, guys. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Hey, Santana.
Hello, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
No, but can I please say something first, like real quick?
No, guys, please respect the boundaries of the live. We are looking for some debate. So guys, please only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates.
I just want to talk, bro. Can we just talk, bro? Let's work this out. Let's get on a good footing, okay, bro? Let's just talk this out.
Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Remember me? I'm the guy, the guy from before, the N-word guy.
What? Wait, talk what out?
I'm the N-word guy.
Yeah, I know, but talk what out? What do you think that we're gonna?
We seem to like, you know, just fucking nigger. Nigger.
I know, I hear you, but like that literally does nothing. Seriously, like you saying that does nothing to me. Like, what does that do for you? I'm just serious question. I'm sending you a request to come off mute. What does that actually do for you?
Charlie Kirk mocks you.
No, like actually respond. Stop being a fucking NPC and talk to me. I'm trying to talk to you like an actual
What do you
adult.
mean?
What does that do for you? Serious question.
I don't know, man.
Like, what's the point of it though? Like, does it make you feel good? Is it exciting? Like, seriously, like, why? What's the point of you doing that?
It gives me the jiggles.
Okay. So you don't want to actually have an adult a conversation like an adult.
We'll talk. So
No. I'm dead ass serious. Like at this point, either gonna engage like an adult, or I'm just gonna actually kick you,
bro. Someone just starting to dox me in the chat.
Hey. Either you can actually talk to me like an adult, or I'm just gonna kick you and move on. Like I'm trying to have a real world conversation with you.
We can talk.
What's the point of you doing that?
Because it's funny.
How is racism funny to you?
It's not racism.
You don't think calling a black person the N-word is racist?
Nope.
Why?
Because it's a word.
Okay. Do you know what the etymology of the word is?
What does that mean?
Why were black people called the N-word?
Because they're niggers.
Yeah. Listen, you say it one more time, I'm just going to kick you. Like, I know you think it's okay. All right. It's fine. And see, this is what happens. You have 2 fucking brain cells and you're not worth it. Hey, your dad should have left you in a sock. Like, seriously, it would have been better if your dad would have left you in a sock. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
What?
Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
You know what kills me about individuals like you?
Yeah, but are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
What are you talking about? I mean,
This is a debate live. Did you come up here to cry or did you come up to debate?
No, I came up for debate because you're
okay. Then
very
what do you
angry.
Disagree with on the background, so we can start the debate.
Well, I mean, I disagree with you because your mentality is you're in love with yourself.
Yes, I love me some me.
Reason.
Yes,
yeah,
I love me some
too
me
as well.
That's fine. What point do you disagree with on the background where you would like to debate?
Well, do you love Trump?
No, he is a racist, sexist, classist, fascist. He is driving our country into the ground. He's collapsed the economy. He's alienated our allies. He's raped women. He's the horrible. So did you come?
Did you vote for? You voted for Biden, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. How old are you? How old are you?
Why do you care?
How old are you?
Why do you care?
Because it's unlike the previous person I was talking to, he sounded like a teenager. You sound like a grown ass man. And if you're a grown man, then I expect you to actually have a conversation like an adult. Like if you can't have an adult conversation, then you can fuck off. I don't care which one, but like either you're going to be an adult or you're going to fuck off. I really don't care which one.
Well, you know, you don't need to get
either you're going to have a conversation like an adult or you're going to fuck off. I don't care which one.
I will.
Okay, so then what point do you disagree with on the background that you like to debate?
Everything.
Okay, pick one and start there.
I don't know. I mean,
okay, that's fine.
You, like
you
Trump?
know what? Take a moment, think about it. I got to thank a couple of people. Holy fuck. W's in the chat for Caroline. Caroline sent a $30 donation. Massive W's in the chat for Caroline.
You put me on mute. That's your deal, dude. You put me on mute.
W's in the chat for Caroline for the $30 donation saying happy Easter, Santana. Happy Easter to you as well. W's in the chat for Caroline. W's in the chat for Lauren for the $5 donation saying, hey, Santana, thank you for taking the time to educate and being so patient. You should have been, you've been a pillar in helping me reconstruct after being raised by a conservative dad. You're seriously doing great work. Don't ever stop. I appreciate the hell out of you, Lauren. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. W's in chat for Anthony for the $5 donation. Saying, I've heard you mention that the U.S. is following the same trajectory of other failed nations. You mentioned this sometime about the status of the currency and the global trade being relevant to the downfall. Can you point out me in the direction of some research on the historical data? Yeah, actually, just take a look at the
black man.
Angry black man, sure. Yes, Anthony, just take a look at the last 5 global superpowers, right? And what's considered to be like the actual global superpower that we're speaking with is the countries that had the centralized currency for the world, meaning that most of the trade or business was done with that currency. That'll lead you down a rabbit hole. You can take a look at the things that caused them to collapse. You can take a look at the economic pressure, the social pressure, the isolationism, the engaging in foreign wars. All of those things are directly connected, and they did it the same way. So W's in the chat for Anthony. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, 904 people hanging out here. Keep tapping the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 300,000 likes. Also, if you could, please, let's knock out the daily gift code. Right now, it's the Hi Bears. If we could, please knock those out, and we'll keep
slinging that. Keep slinging.
Would you like, have you taken the time to actually decide which point you want to debate?
No, I will debate any point you want.
Okay.
Thing is that you know, your mentality is you don't like Trump.
Have you engaged in
there it is.
libation?
The hand in the head. Like, I don't understand.
Hey, have you engaged in libation? Yes or no? I muted you. That's a question. Have you engaged in libation? Yes or no?
I mean, why are you schooling me like you're my father? You have no idea what you're talking to.
The question is, have you been hitting the bottle? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, I just want to make sure because
I've worked 12 hours today.
Okay, and how many have you had?
What? I don't drink anymore.
Since when?
So, I mean,
since when?
What?
Since when?
Listen, what are you, my father? I
you don't drink anymore since when?
To you, first of all.
What? You don't drink anymore since when?
What's with all the questions?
Hey,
all these libs.
Hey,
I love about you liberals. Don't hate me.
Guess what?
Don't hate me, okay?
Guess what? I got something for you.
Down to you trying to school me like you think you know.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
At this point,
really? And you do some cheesy music thing?
I did. Did you like it?
You're
How many sheets to the wind are you? Can you feel your face? Like, what are we doing? Like, you're not embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. He doesn't even realize that he's muted. All right. I'm just going to keep it moving. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, as a black man, why you support Dean Withers.
Is that on the background?
It's sad that you support
Is that on the background?
A man who's pandering.
Is that on the background?
I don't really care. You should.
Okay,
though.
So yeah, but you came up here for attention, and like I didn't
come up here for attention.
You did. Shh. It's weird. You guys just want like the weirdest attention tonight, and I just want a debate. And unless you have a debate, I don't really care what you're saying. I'm just going to kick you and move on unless you have a debate.
I mean, I do disagree with some of the points.
Okay,
that are made.
then that's fine. Which point on the background do you disagree with? So we can start there.
I disagree with cut all ties from Israel.
Okay. Tell me why you disagree with cut all ties from Israel.
Because why are we cutting all ties from Israel? I don't disagree. I don't agree with that. So I disagree with them.
But tell me why. Like that's not the actual. I get that you don't agree with it. That's why you said you disagree with it. Tell me why you disagree with cutting all ties to Israel.
Because I believe in the Bible and the Holy Land and Israel as what it stands for. So therefore, yeah, why I don't agree with going against the nation of Israel.
Okay. Tell me where in the Bible it mentions Israel being a nation.
I don't know. You should read it for yourself.
I've already read it. Spoiler alert, it's not in there.
Okay, so there you go.
So if it's not in the Bible, then how can you say that you believe that, but it's not something that's actually in the Bible? So wouldn't that mean that your belief is rooted in your fifis?
Fifis, what does that mean?
Fifis in your tum-tum.
Okay, so is your root belief in Dean Withers in your tum-tum?
I don't understand why you keep talking about someone else. Hey, I don't care about talking about Dean. Again, you're being weird. Either debate or leave. I don't care which one, but I'm just so sick and tired of you guys coming up here for no fucking reason. Like either debate or leave. I don't care which one.
I have a reason,
Okay,
but you're not letting me speak.
No, that's not what's on the background. You were just talking about cutting ties with Israel. Continue to debate about that or pick a different topic or leave. I'm not talking about Dean. I don't care. Like if you have a crush on Dean, then go talk to Dean. Leave me alone.
I don't like white men.
Okay, that's fine. Then pick a topic on the background that you want to debate.
Okay, you said if I don't have a topic on the background, then I could
leave.
Say
you can leave.
No.
I said either pick a topic that's on the background or leave. I don't care which one.
No, you said either pick a topic on the background or pick something else.
No, I did not. This is your last chance. Pick a topic on the background or leave. I don't care which one. Like, I'm tired of people being weird. Like, you coming up here just because you wanted attention. Like, if you want so much attention, then go talk to Dean. Stop being fucking weird.
Why do you continue to speak over people and not let people address what they want to say?
Okay, then pick a topic.
I already picked my topic.
Okay, then continue to tell me why I've said that Israel is not listed in the Bible. So would you not say then that your belief that we should quote unquote protect the nation of Israel is rooted in something that's not real?
I root my support in Israel in the Bible.
Again, it's not Israel. The nation of Israel is not listed in the Bible.
So then what next? What do we do now? Like, I'm not going to change my belief.
Okay.
You say
then you can just leave. Like, this is stupid. Like, again, I'm not exactly sure what you thought that you were going to get out of that, but I'm so sick of people being weird tonight. Like, seriously, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I'm so sick of people being weird tonight. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. I know. You don't have shit else, right? I keep blocking you, but you keep coming back. You want attention so fucking bad. No one cares. No one fucking cares. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah.
You're a Trump supporter or you disagree? Which one?
I disagree and I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay. Can you give me 2 seconds to thank a couple of people and then we get into it?
Yeah, you're good, bro.
All right, perfect. Thank you. W's in the chat for Fashid. Hey, Fashid, who sent a $5 super chat to say Happy Easter, Santana. Happy Easter to you as well. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. W's in the chat for David, for the $5 donation, saying, sorry to bother you again. My family, cousin, very much all in for white genocide bullshit. Holy shit. Heritage, not hate. And they're super down for ICE, but my wife is Spanish. Any advice is trying to talk to them. All I got to say is I love your streams and keep up the good fight. Yeah, David, what I would say is like cut ties. Like honestly, seriously, the one thing that I say all the time, like blood doesn't make you family, like the actual bond makes you family. And if they completely are going against like not only who you are fundamentally as a person, but like all the other things that should make you family, then like, yeah, you don't do that. W's in the chat for Maven as well for the $20 donation, saying love you. I love you as well, Maven. Thank you so much for that. And W's in the chat for I think it's Pika Lands. I'm sorry, who just became a member over on YouTube. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. 1.8 thousand people hanging out here, guys. Remember, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will push us out to the FYP. If you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. And make sure you hit that follow button. We're on our way to 200,000 followers. So please, please, please hit that follow button. The Christy, you can get out of my request. You're not coming back up here because you don't have a debate. All right, I'm sorry about that. Which point do you disagree with most on the background that you would like to debate?
Remove U.S. global presence.
Okay. Would you like for me to tell you why I say that, or would you like to tell me why you think we shouldn't do that?
If you could tell me first, that'd be great.
Yeah. So when I say remove U.S. global presence, it speaks to the military. We have anywhere from 750 to 800 military bases throughout the entire world. And I think that us being the overwhelming dominant military force in every single country is something that's not needed. I think that we need to support our allies and be able to take a defensive stance as far as being able to respond no matter where we are in the world. But I don't think that we need to have overwhelming support and overwhelming force like we currently have.
Okay, that's fair. It's a really good point. I mean, I see your point on that, but also I can see the point for at least my view that where we should, have control around everywhere so we can either defend or attack at all times.
Yeah, and I'm not against that, right? As far as having a defensive posture and also being able to respond. I'm just against like the entire premise that we have to be like the biggest force in every single area, right? What I will say is that it's going to be different depending on which allies we have, but I think we can support our allies while, whether it be selling our allies equipment, or maybe there's some areas that may need military base and actual people. So it'll just depend on the different allies. So I'm not against it. I'm not saying that we don't need to be in every area or whatever, but the fact that we have, again, 750 to 800 bases, and we are in this perpetual motion of the military industrial complex that does multiple things. One, it leads to what is being proposed now, increasing the military budget to $1.5 trillion, where we already have $1 trillion military budget. And so they're going to cut social safety nets, including like Medicaid and Medicare, in order to fund it. But then also, they just passed legislation that does selective service auto enrollment. So now if you're between the age of 18 and 25, you're automatically enrolled for selective services. They are extending the return period for people that were kicked out of the military for COVID. They gave them a year. Now they're giving them another year, and giving all these other incentives because they're trying to force people back into the military. And then last but not least, they even increased the enlistment age from 34 to 42, because they're like, the fact that we have we have our tentacles everywhere. You need more money and you need more people, and you have to keep feeding the money and the people into the system. And like, I don't want to feed more of our kids into like conflicts. So.
No, yeah, I mean, that is good. I mean, you're right on that. I agree with you on a lot of points what you said, but I think if we could find a common ground, and put less troops where you don't need them, put more.
And that's all I'm advocating for. Like, again, I'm not saying like remove them everywhere. I just think that like us being the biggest force in every single area, it's not even necessary. Like, I do believe in, like I said, supporting our allies, being strategic, right? I think that's smart in order to be strategic. We just don't have to be the biggest, baddest on the block in every single country. That's the point.
Okay, yeah. Then I do agree with you on that, then, on some points at least. I still think, though, that we have to show dominance, in some ways, to all these countries so that they're still afraid of us. Like, for example, we had conflicts back in Biden's age with Russia. We were helping Ukraine too much. We were funding them. It's the same with Israel and us.
And do you think any countries are actually afraid of us?
I think some are, yeah. I mean, a lot of them won't stick up to us now, but
I don't think anyone's really afraid of us. I think more so that like other countries don't want conflict, right? I think there are countries that do want conflict, and I'm not against being strong against them, like specifically Russia, right? I have no issue with being extremely strong with Russia because there are certain people in certain countries who want conflict, and if there is quote unquote weakness, they will actually do that. But I don't think there's like a necessary for us to have like confrontational posture against our allies. And even more so, like, honestly, if we worked on our strengthening our allyship, then we could do this and at the same time while making sure that we have like a united front. Like the idea that for some reason Trump wants to pull us out of NATO and all this other stuff, like it's insane, because us being alone is not only harmful for our country with being isolationist, but it's going to cause more people to die because it's going to demand more people actually step up since we don't have allies. So like, I don't think anyone's scared of us, but also they don't need to be scared of us.
Yeah, I mean, I do think, nobody should be scared of us, but I do think at the same time we just have that presence because
I think there should be a healthy level of respect. Like I can say that, but like fear, I think fear is like no one should fear us. Like like Ronald Reagan said that we should be the shining city on the hill. So we should be like the leaders and the example. Like they don't need to fear us.
I just think personally, right, that I really don't know. I mean, I think we should keep bases there. I really don't think we disagree on that much. I think it's more just agreement with like different kind of views, I mean,
and which again, like I'm up to like I would be up to a conversation as far as like where and how, like, and what that looks like, because I think that's compromise, and I think this compromise is necessary. It's just I more than anything, and I say this all the time, I care about the American people. Right. I care about us and I care about our people. And so the fact that when we are doing things that aren't beneficial for the American people, then that's what bothers me. I just want the American people to be taken care of and for us to be able to like lead happy, healthy and safe lives.
I agree with you on that point. But can I ask you, why do you think white men shouldn't be in power?
Yeah, for sure. The reason why I say we need to remove white men from power is based off of the 250-year history of our country, based off of the fact that 90% of all power has been coalesced within that one group, right? So whether you talk about the House, the Senate, or the presidency, 90% of all of those people have been white men. And while white men have passed legislation throughout the history of our country that at times has been beneficial to everyone, more often than not, they pass legislation and that's harmful to marginalized communities. And so the point that we're at right now, the average lifespan of a nation is 250 years, right? We're literally going into our 250th year. But also, if you take a look at the current things that our country is doing, we're doing the exact same thing that the last 5 superpowers who had the centralized currency for the world, we're doing the same thing as all of those actual superpowers that caused them to actually collapse. And so my entire point is, I'm not advocating to take white men out of power forever or anything like that. But we're at an existential crisis where if we don't do that, then we're going to go off of that cliff and we won't be able to survive as a country.
Yeah, I mean, there a lot of people, make mistakes in laws, I think. I mean, sure, I think that for communities, I'm Black myself, right? I don't sound like it, I know, but I think that personally, there should be, laws that don't defer us from doing anything or deter us from doing anything, but also I think it, to be more open instead of removing all white men from power, more like chances for us to be in power with them, with a combined power.
Yeah, and which I think that's something that can happen afterwards, because again, I'm not advocating for like forever or anything like that. I think that it's just we're at such a point where it's a crisis where like there's nothing that just like sharing power would do to course correct. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hey, Hoops, my mods don't mute you because you disagree with me. My mods mute you because you yip yapping from outside of the club. Get up here. I just sent you a request. I muted you for the whole live. Like they want you to come up and debate. See, you see, like this is someone who doesn't agree with me, but they made a decision to come up here and debate. So like, that's what it is. You like thumb thugging is not something we do. Just get in the box. Sorry, I apologize for interrupting. But yeah, like I like that's the whole thing. I think that there could be shared power, but like honestly, what would you recommend? What do you think that we could do that would be dramatically such a dramatic change that would stop us from going on the course that we're currently heading?
I think we should go 50-50 on everything. Every single power, every single reign, we should add more like slots of power if possible, like more seats, more anything, to get more chances to be 50-50, 50% of this race, or maybe even just 25-25-25, because it's not just Black versus white, it's everybody against each other. Right.
No. Yes, W. Santana, welcome. ግሎቭ ሰጠክ። ግሎቭን ታይሚንግ ላይ ድሮፕ አድርገን ግሎቭንም መጠቀም እንችላለን እንዳስፈላጊነቱ። ጋይስ ይሄ ላስት ጌማችን ነው። እሺ ናትዬ ግን አልመጣማ። ይሄኛው ማለት ነው እኛ ካሸነፈን እኛ እንቀጣቸዋለን። እኛ ካሸነፍን ደግሞ እኛ እንቀጣለን። ጋይስ ጆይ ኧረ ጆይ ያዙት። ቴንክ ዩ ጆይ ኔቨር ኤቨር ሶሪ ዌልካም ጋይስ ተጋገዙልኝ። እሺ በእናታችሁ ተጋገዙ። ኤንቲንግ ትሪፕል ለምንሆነው ፈርስት ጊፍት ላይ ተመስገን ፈርስት ጊፍት ኢዝ ትሪፕል ጋይስ። ይሄ እነሱ ካሸነፉ ይቀጡናል፣ እኛ ካሸነፍንም እኛ እንቀጣለን። ፈርስት ጊፍታችን ደግሞ በዜሮ አንቀመጥ። ጠላት ይደሰታል በዜሮ ስንቀመጥ እኛ ጠላት ጋይስ ኢዝ ትሪፕል ናቲሻ እዚህ ላይ እኛ ናቲሻ ያገኘ 6 ነው የምንገባው። 6 እንደው የኔ ኬክ ናቲ የኔ አባት ናቲ እስካሁን የሰጠኝ ራስ ከጊፍት ጋር አንድ ሸርክ ይሰጠን ነበር። ኔክስት ስፒድ አለ የኔ አባት ነገር አልተገረሽ። ቴንክ ዩ ሶ ማች ጆይ እንዳትወጣሽ አበባ ትሞላልኛለህ፣ ግን ከዜሮ እንውጣ። ቴንክ ዩ ናቲ እግዚአብሔር ያክብርልኝ። ፓም 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 በራሴ እኛ ቤት በራሴ ታብታብ ማድረግ ጀመረ። የቦነስ ሚሽኑ መጣ። ሙሳ ቴንክ ዩ ፎር ታፕ እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን። ውይ አንድ ሰው ብቻ ጠየቀ። ላኪነን ለኡሌ ቴንክ ዩ አንዳው ሞልተናል ናትዬ ሞልተናል። ለኡሌ እያመሰግናለሁ። ደህና ነህ? ደህና ነህልኝ ወይ? አሁን ጋይስ ኤኒቲንግ ትሪፕል እሺ ናትዬ ኩዊን እና ባክን እሺ ከቻልክ የቅድሟን አንድ ከጨመርክ ጊፍት ጋለሪ ይኖራል። ሰግሬኝ ሞላለን። እግዚአብሔር ያክብርልኝ። እሺ ነበር
anything that works for us, I think we should integrate it like slow and steady. So
well, and see, like that, see, that's the only issue that I have. And again, if we were in a situation where we could go, slow and steady, I would be with it. But I just don't think that like we can afford that. Like that's my biggest issue. I don't think that we're in a position where we can even be willing to accept a slow and steady approach.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we're going to collapse, in my opinion. I feel like
what makes you say that?
What I've always thought that Trump's doing is that even though it seems bad for this current generation as of right now, I think he's trying to make it better for the next generation. I don't think he's completely.
What makes you say that?
I mean, look at what he's doing in Iran, right? He's taking out a main thing that just does not like us, hasn't been liking us. It's against us forever. They haven't liked us. I mean, so he targets them off the start, right, off the rip. And I don't know. I feel like he's just trying to eliminate anything that's going against us as of right now. So the next generation, while he's not in office, has an easier and better reign of power.
Yeah, but see, the issue with that, though, is everything that Donald Trump is currently doing is actually negatively impacting not only this generation, but next generation. Think about it. He's destabilizing, or I'm sorry, deregulating the like different industries when it comes to environmental protections and health. Like he's making it to the point where not only is air going to be more polluted, but water is going to be more polluted. Like the data centers that they're trying to build is negatively impacting the environment. Like I get what you're saying, but there's so many negative things that he's actually doing that would speak to the fact that like he doesn't care about the next generation. And that's the tough part. And even if you talk about like housing affordability, like he's been on record as saying like, oh, I don't want to make houses more affordable. I want to keep them where they are. Well, did you know that this is the first time in our history where people that are 60 and 70 years old, they're buying houses at a higher clip than people in their 30s, because people in their 30s can't afford homes?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like it's a whole thing. And this is the first time in history since, why the fuck does it keep doing that? Sorry. This is the first time, not in history, but first time since the housing market crash, where we have a gap of 500,000, where there's 500,000 more people trying to sell their actual homes than there are people looking to purchase homes.
Yeah.
So like I don't see him doing anything that's beneficial for Americans or the next generation.
I mean, only thing I could genuinely say to that is that, I mean, the war, if we do win this war, right? I mean, Venezuela is already like, beaten. We beat them. They're not gonna like try going after us for another few, but if we win the war in Iran, then they're not gonna go after us for another few. Same with, Afghanistan. Like they're not hardly ever gonna go after us again, so
the issue is like they've been lying about who has been actually going after us and like what the actual issue is, right? Like let's be honest, the reason why we're in this conflict is because Israel is like they really wanted Donald Trump to engage in this conflict. Like that's the only reason that we are where we are today. And like they went to previous presidents and tried to get them to do it. And previous president said no, but Donald Trump is the one that said yes. Like, so even with us going back and forth with Iran, it's not because like they're a real threat or it's a real problem. It's literally because this is something that Bibi Netanyahu has wanted for so long. And so many other people said no, and Donald Trump said yes. And like, that's the problem.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Well, I hope you have a great day, Santana. I gotta go cook.
No, hey, listen, thank you for coming up and being a normal person, because it's been crazy tonight. I appreciate it. Feel free to come back anytime.
All right.
All right. Twitch, Instagram, I'm working on the camera. I don't know what's happening. For some reason, it's not showing up correctly, but I'm trying to get the camera back up and running. So just be patient with me. I know you can still hear me and everything. So anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen. Share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Let's see here. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Mr. Wiggles, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? You said you're a Trump supporter? Mr. Wiggles, 022. Do you know you're here? I don't think they know they're here. All right, let's drop them down. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I disagree with remove U.S. global presence, I guess.
Okay. Tell me why you disagree with removing U.S. Or I'm sorry, actually, before we do that, would you mind if I thank a couple of people? It'll be really quick.
Yeah, sure.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Debbie's in the chat for Eugene. Eugene sent a $1.99 super chat to say W Santana. W is you. Debbie's in the chat for Shannon for the $10 donation, saying, sorry they're so weird tonight. Love you. It's okay. Like I don't know. Sometimes it's a little tough sometimes, but thank you so much, Shannon. I appreciate you. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse. What up, cousin Jesse, for the $2 dono, saying, what's good, bro? I'm just giving you a shout out for speaking truth to power and stepping on Max's neck with your lemon pepper stepper. Trick Williams. I know that's right. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse. W's in the chat for Karen for the $20 donation, saying, happy Easter, Santana. I'm sorry that you have to put up with so many crazy MAGAs tonight. Keep cooking them. You know how we do. Thank you, Karen. W's in the chat for Stephanie for the $25 donation, saying, MAGA's unhinged tonight. Love what you do. Yeah, it's been an interesting evening. W's in the chat for Stephanie. Thank you so much for the 25. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. Also, make sure if you look up at the top, you see that word follow. You're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. We're on our way to 100,000 followers. Please, 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 and thank you. All right. Why do you disagree with removing U.S. global presence?
I probably have like 4 tiny points. Like why I think probably like state building or just state development in terms of like U.S. aid is very beneficial for the global world. My second point is probably just strengthening institutional like capacities with like the UN, ICC, and like other international bodies. And my third independent point is like probably maritime order and ensuring like transit and just like supply chains are intact, especially against piracy. Like America is very forward on that. And I think they're like #1 in charge in that. And number 4 is probably just like alliance security and just like deterrence against foes or non-state actors.
Okay. Well, you said a lot, but none of the things that you said necessarily go against the premise of what I believe and why I think we should reduce U.S. global presence. So what I'm not advocating for is a complete removal of U.S. global presence. I'm more so talking about, of course, the military, but also talking about the fact that we have almost 800 military bases, and we can do all of the things that you just spoke to, right? Without having to have the massive amount of presence that we have. I think we have to take a more strategic approach so we don't have to have as many troops in place We can strengthen our bonds with our allies, sell actual equipment to our allies so they can be more self-efficient and self-sustaining. But I do advocate for having like responsiveness. I think that us taking a defensive stance from our military is the best way to do it, period, right? I don't think that we need to be in a position where we're like, going on offensive strikes. I think that it's better to bolster our military from a defensive stand and make sure that we can respond in kind. And of course, if there's preemptive strikes and stuff like that we need to do, then yes. But like, I think all of that can be done with a reduction of overwhelming military force that we have in all different areas.
So when you mean like U.S. global presence, you are entirely mean like military presence?
Because I believe in like soft power as well. It's a little misleading. It's done intentionally, but I believe like we really need to focus on soft power. Like, I think the fact that U.S. aid was cut and that we don't do as much as we did prior with soft power is a huge issue, and we have to address that, and we have to get back to ensuring that we can affect things on the global stage without waving our stick at it, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I'm also a big advocate of soft power. I think one of the first actions, I was very pissed when Donald J. Trump got rid of the U.S. aid, because like I knew about the impacts because I do like model UN and stuff. Soft power is very important. So like I completely understand what you mean. I guess when I read the title, like I agree with like almost every other thing. When I saw that, I'm like, wait, global presence. Wait a second.
Yeah. It's meant to like kind of grab you and bring you in for a debate. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess when it comes to them, just like move on to military then. I guess when it comes to military, what do you mean by like scale back military bases? Like, and also what do you mean like very strategic? Like, what does that look like, I guess?
Well, I mean, again, we have 750 to 800 military bases around the world in every country. There's no other country that does that, right? I think us having that position has perpetuated military conflicts around the world. And so I think that, again, I think there's a strategic approach that would have to be taken with, people much smarter than myself to determine like how much force we need in what area when it comes to our allies. But I don't think that there needs to be multiple military bases in every country and things along those lines. So scaling it back would be reducing the amount of troops that we send to other countries, whether it's passing off current U.S. military bases to our allies and allowing them to like operate those bases. And we have like a small U.S. force there, or like additional equipment, things like that.
I don't know. I think I kind of would maybe disagree with saying like no other country does that. Maybe on like per scale, you're probably right, based on scale. But when it comes to just like military bases overall, I think I disagree with that. Because several of our allies does the very same thing. And I guess when it comes to like having multiple military bases in one area, some of these military bases, if I believe it or not, count as either like an army military bases, but also like air bases. Like I know Turkey, for example, they have like a nuclear base there, and they also have like a big airfield there. And those count as like two independent military bases. So like, are you like aware of like any like redundant ones we've had? And also another question, just to add on to this, and then I guess I'll let you talk, is like, do you know, like have any countries attacked us simply for having military bases in their area or like a country next to them?
Yeah. I mean, you can even look at currently what Iran is doing. Iran has been striking our military bases in other countries in the Middle East just due to proximity. And so, yeah, our soldiers have been getting injured for those other bases that's all around. Sorry, give me 1 second. Hey, Twitch and Instagram, I'm going to have to end the stream for you guys because for some reason it won't allow me to correct the camera. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and just end it. So if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on Instagram, you can always go over to YouTube or you can come to TikTok. But unfortunately, I'm just going to end it on that side because it's being weird. So sorry, guys. Anyway, yeah. So Iran has done that, but that's been like a common practice for multiple countries whenever there's some type of conflict, where they'll strike our military bases in other countries because, of course, it's not advantageous for them to strike military bases within the U.S.
I mean, I guess I think I kind of don't like the Iranian example. I mean, like I know there's way more bases, I think, in like South Korea, Japan, like Germany. Like we have, I think, 100 bases in Germany alone. Like I would, I guess, feel more beneficial, like where we like get rid of some of the ones there and like outsource them more into the Middle East. Like, sure, we did attack Iran. Like the Iranian war, I condemn fully. Like, even though I agree that the dictator probably should have been taken out, I don't like foreign intervention in like other countries like that. But like those bases were there ideally for like hostile countries or war happening in the area. So like just because they weren't there doesn't mean like the war still wouldn't have happened, I guess.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I'm not advocating for specific bases to be shut down.
Okay.
Again, like I said, that would go to someone much smarter than myself, but also someone who has an understanding of the current strategic need. I just know that, like, again, we don't need to be overwhelming forces in every single place. I think that it will depend on like our allies, the presence that's needed. Like one thing that I've said before is like I'm more than happy to ensure that we have like a strong presence in and around like Taiwan because of the threat of China. So like it's going to differ depending on where it is, but I'm not advocating for anything specific, just an overall reduction.
Oh, so you're just advocating for like the simple belief of reducing military bases.
Yeah, and then everything else after that can be negotiated.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I have nothing to debate against. Okay. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I just put the meat in my mouth. W's in chat for Emily. Emily sent a $5 donation and appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. W's in chat. No, this is not late nights. We are doing sparring tonight because of what we're doing on late nights. So late nights will be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And maybe if you guys stick around until the end of the live, I'll tell you what the topic is going to be. But we are not doing late nights tonight. This is sparring, but we will be back for late nights starting tomorrow evening. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Hello there.
Hello there. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Let's say I used to be a Trump supporter until right now I don't support Trump anymore. I mean, okay. if you want to hear me out, that is why I don't support Trump now.
No, I mean I don't really care about why or why not. Do you disagree with something on the background?
Well, there's something I should disagree. Only one. I agree with the other thing, but there's one thing I don't agree with. Remove us from global presence, as in remove the United States. As much as I understand that the United States needs to be removed, you guys are still important because you essentially have the military infrastructure and other stuff. Philippines, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna drop you down, but like I just talked to the last guy about it. Did you hear what I was saying to him?
No, I recently joined the live.
Okay. I'm gonna drop you down. Keep listening. I promise you it's not what you think. But I'll drop you down.
So why I disagree on
only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Also, make sure that you are an American citizen. Please and thank you. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Sandra?
Oh, I was just listening.
Okay. How are you doing this? How was your Easter?
Good, good.
Good. Did you get a
just
chance?
Another day, but it was good.
I know. Listen, any day above ground is a good day.
Amen.
Listen.
Amen. No, just listening to your show. Actually, you were in the kitchen and I was in the living room.
Oh, why'd you leave me in the kitchen?
Because I have to plug you in.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Sandra? I was getting ready to be like, I'm done with this. But since you listen, I guess I'll keep debating a little while longer.
Okay, good. Very interesting.
Yeah, they've been
I like
horrible
your
this
points.
evening. Like they're
I know. I was listening to some of the people came up. How foolish.
Yeah. I like the young man. I tried to talk to him, but I guess you can't have. Thank you for the roses. You can't have every conversation with everyone. So,
you're good. Seem like that wear you out though.
yeah, sometimes it is like kind of exhausting, and it's a little disheartening, especially like if I'm really just trolling, then okay, that's fine. But then when you try to really talk to someone and like you can't get through, then
Well, it kind of seemed like they're really young too.
Yeah.
And they're just not getting it.
Yeah.
It's not serious, or they're not taking it serious.
Yeah.
There's some serious stuff going on out here.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, I'm gonna drop you down. I appreciate you coming up. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Guys, only request up. What up, Swan? Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live. Hi, James. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about your stance on abortion. I'm not sure your particular stance, but to my understanding, you are pro-choice, correct?
Is abortion on the background?
No, but it could be related to Trump.
Why do you want to talk about abortion?
I think it's an important subject in our country right now.
Why?
Because obviously if it's morally wrong, I think we should have some sort of restrictions on it. But I'm more want to make a moral argument, not a legal argument.
Morals are subjective.
Okay, that's fine. You can hold to that position and believe that abortion is wrong.
So you think that, would it be fair to say, since it goes against your morals, then you would be willing to do like anything within like the realm of legality to ensure that it doesn't happen?
I mean, I'm not trying to make an argument even necessarily from a legal perspective. I'm just trying to say,
no, I'm just trying to understand, like, if it's morally, if it goes against your morals, would you be willing, if there was, like, let's say, because most people who disagree with abortion think that there should be like abortion bans because of morality, would you support, or at the very least, if there was an abortion ban that was put in place, would you be okay with it? Excuse me.
I would be in favor of it, yes.
Okay. Would you allow any type of exceptions, like life of the murder, rape, incest?
I think in some cases, life of the mother, yes, that would be an exception. But as far as other ones, no. I mean, would you like to hear my position and you could critique it from there, or vice versa?
No, thank you. But I think I have something that you may like better, right? Because you seem like an outstanding young man. How old are you, James?
I'm 18.
18? I remember 18. It was back when my knees was good. Like, man. Anyway, hey, James, just to verify as well, though, how many uteruses do you have?
I have 0.
Yeah, I got 0 too.
Last time I checked.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting like a uterus put in or something, but as of right now, I ain't got none.
Well, you know, they're working on artificial wombs. Maybe you could look into one of those.
Yeah, maybe.
If they ever make one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so James, since neither one of us have uteruses, uteratory, I don't necessarily think that we should talk about like women and their bodies, right? But you know what? I do like a man with morals, right? You seem like an outstanding moral young man. I got an idea for you that would actually shut down this whole like abortion thing, right? Hear me out, James. Are you open-minded, James?
Yeah, I'm open-minded.
Okay, cool. Mandatory vasectomies.
What about them?
That's what we should be doing. Mandatory vasectomies.
That's
Okay,
your
wait.
argument?
Hold on. Let me explain it, James, because again, it's a little bit more than that. All right, check it out. So if we institute mandatory vasectomies, then this does a couple of different things. One, it eliminates the need to even worry about abortions, right? The whole morality of abortions, blah, 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 blah. Is it a baby? Is it not a baby? It's still a life, It shuts all that down, right? It allows us to actually address the root cause of the issue, which is the man and their sperm, right? There's no way you can have a baby if the sperm isn't being delivered. Mandatory vasectomies are more safe, efficient, and effective than abortions. Like literally, you can have a vasectomy today. It's like Sunday night. You can be hooping Wednesday night after getting an abortion. Getting a vasectomy because it's a simple outpatient procedure. It's more effective than any of the type of birth control that you can give women, right? The shot, the pill, IUDs, it's more effective than all of that. It's cheaper, right? It's cheaper than abortion. And then you can stop with the worrying about regulating women's bodies. Like you can completely address the fact that we're regulating men's body and it's reversible, right? In typical, it's reversible up to 5 years at the same level. After 5 years, the rate of it being able to be reversed slightly starts to decrease depending on the person, but you can also freeze your sperm prior to that. And that way, even if you don't want to get the vasectomy reversed, then you can still have kids. So like, I think that's more like a better option than even worrying about abortion, right? Because life begins at conception and But if there's no conception, then you don't have to worry about abortions.
Well, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Again, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with preventing conception from occurring, right? But I think once it's already occurred, to prevent conception from occurring from, what do you mean? And then again, but once it has already occurred, and once...
What do you mean inherently?
By its nature.
What nature?
Again, I don't think something's just naturally wrong with it. I think it's more nuanced. But then again, once there is a biological,
morals, right?
Yeah, but again, once there is a biological human organism that has formed,
yeah,
right?
But then,
I believe that's a person worthy of rights,
right? But if we address it so we don't have to worry about the biological human being formed, then we don't even have to worry about that. Like we can cut all of that out. Like the whole abortion debate is just gone.
No, because there's a difference between requiring against someone's will a mandatory procedure, and I agree. In some pregnancies, the woman doesn't want to have the child.
But didn't you just say
that?
Didn't you just say you would be good with like making women have making them have babies even if they were raped? Because you said you didn't give any exceptions for rape or incest.
I don't want to kill innocent persons.
Yeah, that's fine. So we address the root cause of the issue. Like, why would we be talking about a symptom when we can address the root cause? That doesn't even make sense to me.
How so? How does that logically follow?
Yeah, because that's a symptom. Why would we treat the symptom instead of treating the root cause?
Because again, you're performing a mandatory procedure and against the will. I know in some cases of pregnancy, right, the mother doesn't want the child, but that doesn't justify
but like
the life of an innocent person.
Wait, but by your own standard, you said this. I said, are there any exceptions? You said life of the mother. That's it. So even with your point, you think that if a woman is raped, she should still have to have the baby. So you're not even given any type of outs in that situation. So the point that I'm saying is, instead of just allowing rapists to be able to pick who they want their victims to have their child, like, why not just address this with vasectomy? Okay, hold on. How about this? All right, it's about not wanting to end a life, right? Is that accurate, James?
No, it's not. No, not trying to intentionally kill an innocent person.
Got it. Yeah,
Now,
same thing. Hold on. So how about this? Question for you. In typical, how many times within a 30-day span can a woman get pregnant?
I'm not sure the exact number. Do you want to tell me?
Yeah. So they have an ovulation window, which can range anywhere from 2 to 5 days, depending on the woman, but there's one peak day. So in typical, in a 30-day span, women can only get pregnant one time out of 30 days in typical.
Okay.
So in typical, out of 365 days or 1 year, how many times can a woman get pregnant?
12.
Perfect. And in typical, how long does a pregnancy last?
38 to 40 weeks on average.
Yeah, so in typical, about a year, right? Are we good with saying about a year?
Sure.
Okay, so
10 months closer, but that's fine.
Yeah. So in typical, can we agree that if a woman's pregnant, she can only be pregnant for once a year, so one baby per year? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, so assuming she gets pregnant and it lasts a year, yeah, technically twice if you get pregnant after that 10-month period.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because like me and my sister, I have a sister, we're what they call quote unquote Irish twins, right? My sister and I were 11 months apart because my mom, hey, Mama Jones, hey. Anyway, but in typical, right? Once a year. Now, men, out of a 30-day period, how many times can a man get a woman, not the same woman, but a woman pregnant within a 30-day period?
Obviously far more. Not sure if there's a specific set of numbers.
Let's just say one woman per 1 day. How many times is the potential for them to get pregnant within the 30 days?
30.
Perfect. So within the 365-day span, how many times can a man get a woman pregnant?
That's like 94, 96.
365. Once a day.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Technically more because you could probably.
Right. Yeah. You can double up and everything, but we're just going to keep it simple. Simple, right?
Sure.
So riddle me this. If we care about ending an innocent life, right? Wouldn't it be more pertinent for us to address the innocent lives that can be created by someone who can create 365 of them versus just one? Right? I mean, like, logically speaking, we would want to worry about the person that has the potential to create more life than the person that's held to being able to create one life per year.
But who's the innocent person in that situation?
The babies. Santana
Has
loved
the
the
baby
kids.
been conceived?
Well, and see, that's what I'm saying. You stop the baby from being conceived.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with preventing conception. I think that can be fine with forms of contraception. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, but all contraceptive is not effective, right? More people get pregnant when it comes to having contraceptives, but even more so, like, vasectomy is a form of contraceptive. So, like, you should be willing to accept that because, again, it's not something that's permanent and it stops the sperms from being able to be delivered. That's like the best contraceptive you can have. Again, I've already said that it's not only is it safe, effective, efficient, it's an outpatient surgery. It costs less than abortion, but it has less side effects than the pill, the shot, or the IUD. Even when you talk about those contraceptives, right, those forms of birth control, the ones that women have to take, they have lasting physical and mental effects on women. Did you know that, like, there are certain forms of birth control increase like fibroids, which can lead to cancer and other issues within women? So so like addressing, if you went with the vasectomies, that would be way better than even worrying about abortions.
So because things can potentially happen, that would justify us to end the life of an innocent person.
What are you talking about?
I'm assuming you don't agree. I'm assuming you don't even agree they're persons, right?
Oh, I don't even think it's worth talking about it because we're dealing with the root cause instead of a symptom. Like you keep wanting to go back to the symptom. I want to deal with the root cause.
I mean, if they're not even persons, you would have a full point. I would agree with you. If they're not persons, it would be permissible 100%.
And what does it matter if they are or are not under your standards? I mean, they have the potential to be persons, right? I mean, but the whole point being is if your entire thing is that you think it's morally wrong to end an innocent life, then why wouldn't you be willing? You've already said that you would support an abortion ban. You already said that rape is not even an option for like, an exception. So like, it seems like you're on the furthest end of the spectrum as far as protecting the innocent life. Why wouldn't you want to do the things that would directly address the main cause? Because again, there's no way that we can even talk about abortions if men aren't delivering their sperm.
Well, I agree. Rape is obviously a horrific act, but if we don't execute the rapist, why should we execute the innocent child conceived in that rape?
I'm not even talking about that. Again, vasectomies. You keep trying to go back to abortions, but like I'm not talking about abortions. I'm just telling you, like you don't even have to worry about any of that. Like your whole premise of the quote unquote innocent child becomes moot if you address the root cause. You keep wanting to treat the symptom, and I don't want to treat the symptom. I want to treat the root cause.
Yeah, if you want to, by your own will, do a vasectomy, that's up to you.
Wait, but you didn't say that it was their own will when you said that you would support a nationwide abortion ban. Like you were good with actually instituting something that was against other like women's will when you talked about the nationwide abortion ban, but you are unwilling to support the nationwide mandatory vasectomy, which would be legally instituted the same way as the nationwide abortion ban.
But Santana, you have to understand, in one scenario, there's two lives. In one, there's one life, okay? It's, again, I don't like that some women don't want to be pregnant, but it doesn't justify us to kill an innocent human person.
You talk about that there's two lives, like that's really, really subjective, because if you talk about it being life when it comes to the Constitution, right? The Constitution grants rights to all persons born, right? They're not born, so they don't have rights, so they're not a person. If you talk about like a religious stance, right? The Bible says, that you're, what is it? Breath, I forgot how it's preferenced, but it speaks like blowing breath. But the whole point that I'm saying is, even if you look at it like a scientific stance, right? I mean, there is, yes, life begins at conception, but the actual acceptance of an actual subjective experience doesn't come into, the point of viability. So like all of this
23 to 24 weeks.
Yes, all of this becomes conflated when you're talking about abortion. So my point being, instead of actually going back and forth, instead of arguing, instead of trying to figure out how do we make this happen, because like abortion is healthcare, right? There's plenty of women that need DNCs. There are women that are bleeding out and dying because they don't have access to abortion. Like instead of even doing that and allowing women not to be able to have access to healthcare, we should focus on the men. And like James, you're an 18-year-old man, right? You sound like you're pretty smart. You got a good head on your shoulder. Me and you could do this together. Like we could literally change the world and make sure that these innocent lives aren't being lost. Like that's what you said you wanted, James.
Well, first of all, I'm not making a religious or a legal argument. Obviously,
no, you just said that you want the innocent lives.
So many things. Yeah, but the Constitution, which I'm not referencing, and then religious, which, by the way, the Bible doesn't say that. But again, I'm not trying to implement the Bible. You're referring to Genesis 2 when it's talking about the first man, Adam. By the way, I don't even interpret that story literally, because obviously I believe in science. Even St. Augustine from the 4th century interpret that as a figurative story, describing how sin came into the world. But again, I'm not
James,
trying to implement the Bible into society.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Why do you like going around and debating abortion?
Because I want to advocate for people as much as I can. I try to advocate for.
You don't.
Yeah,
like let's keep it 100% funky right now. Hold on for a second. Let's keep it funky. See, The difference between me and a lot of my peers is I don't believe in debating abortion because, again, neither one of us have uteruses. But I also don't really like Phil bros, right? I'm not fond of Phil bros. I do like young people. You're a young man, and that's why I've given you time to actually have this conversation. But I think it's something super dangerous where young men, and specifically young white men, like to debate things that they are completely detached from, right? Things that don't affect them. Just because you're Mexican doesn't mean that you're not white. Mexican is a nationality.
I'm aware. I'm not white though. I mean, obviously, I'm part European, as most Mexicans are. But
what do you phenotypically present as?
I'm probably half indigenous, half Spanish.
Oh, okay. So do you present as an indigenous person?
No, I just present as a Hispanic American. I'm not sure.
Yeah. When people look at you without knowing you and they see you, right, from a distance, would they think they're looking at a white man? Would they think they're looking at an indigenous man? Would they think they're looking at a black man? What do you think what do they say they see?
That most people just think I'm a Hispanic person. Again, race is just a social construct that was made up by people who were trying to.
I know it was created by Gomez Inez de Zarara. Yes, I know. But it's a social construct that we live in. So like you don't like, let's not do that. Like, what do you turn on your camera? My mod sent you a request. I can help you out. I'll tell you what you actually present to the world too. Just turn on your camera for a second.
I can't turn on my camera right now, man.
Why not?
Because there's 1.8 thousand people in this live. I don't want to show my face to 1.8 thousand people.
But you wanted to come up and actually debate women's bodies when, like, that has nothing to actually do with you, though, right?
So,
I digress.
For example,
it's fine.
Slavery.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Wrong. It literally does, but it's fine. I digress. The point that I'm making, right, is young white men specifically, it's not only young white men, but specifically young white men love going around and they love debating things that have nothing to do with them. They love debating abortion because abortion doesn't affect them. They love debating transgender people because that has nothing to do with them. And the thing that I don't do is debate human rights. I don't debate like access to basic needs for people. And so where you may get like a debate bro that would love to actually go into philosophy with you or even debate abortion and that's not here. I just don't do that. That's why, like, there was no point ever where I was going to say, yes, let's actually debate abortion. That's why I wanted to give you an option to see what you thought about the premise of mandatory vasectomies, because one, mandatory vasectomies, they don't fit into the conversation for debate bros, but also two, for any man who is looking to, for some reason, they want to pretend as if it's all about, protecting lives, then this is the most logical conclusion because it gives the best opportunity to protect lives. But you don't really care about that, and they don't really care about that either. It's for people who want to debate abortion, it's about one of two things. One, it's for sport, which I think that's what it is for you. Like, I mean, honestly, I think it's for sport. But number two, it's because they want to control women, right? And like, I have no interest in either one of those things. I mean,
like, can you justify how?
And this isn't like, I don't want to control women. So
how do I want to control women or think it as a sport? That's not what I think at all. I'm not saying that I think you think it's a sport. I'm not saying that you want to control women. I don't think you want to control. You haven't said anything that makes me believe you want to control women. I'm just talking about other people, like specifically other men will come up here and say, well, women just need to keep their legs closed and, it's consequences and da. Yeah, but like completely absolving men, right? Because like it takes two. And I've been saying this over and over and over, and without the men delivering their sperm, then there's no baby. But you, like, I mean, you have your philosophy points and you have your stance, and you wanted to like give the ought and ought not, and like all this, like I don't do Phil bros. So, and like, it had nothing to do with the topic on the background. I just thought I would take a moment to speak to a young man and tell you, stop trying to debate people real lives. Like, women are dying.
like literally dying, like bleeding out and dying because of this.
That's the vast minority of abortions, and again, I don't think we can justify just ending
James, I don't give
innocent
a
human
fuck.
life because of
James,
some.
can you hear me? I don't give a fuck what you think, honestly. I mean,
Why?
like
you don't care about ending innocent human persons' lives.
James, I don't give a fuck what you think. Honestly, James, I don't give a fuck what I think, right? Because like I kind of established at the very beginning, I don't have a uterus. You don't have a uterus. Both of us are pretty uteri deficiency. Like that's the whole thing. And if either one of us actually had a uterus, then like maybe we could, but neither one of us do. Now, what I will say is why I don't really like to do the debate bro shit. My brother here, Jeff, he loves the debate bro shit. He loves the feel bro shit. So you can talk to him and see how far that gets you.
Sure. I'll talk to him. How are you, Jeff?
I'm fine. What's the argument you're trying to put forth here?
I think it's wrong to intentionally end the life of an innocent human person.
So?
Do you disagree?
Yes.
How so?
Well, I don't see any substantiation for that proposition.
Okay. How so?
How so?
How isn't it substantial? Like, what specific point do you not agree with?
What do you mean, what point? You've only given me one proposition.
Right, but it included multiple stipulations within it. I said I think it's wrong to intentionally end the life of an innocent human person. Do you have any critiques of those?
Yes, that it's unsubstantiated. Okay, no, hold on. If I interpret you correctly, you're telling me your psychological states, in which case, that's fine. If you think it's wrong, then cool. Now, if you're telling me that it's wrong as a matter of fact, it's wrong to intentionally unalive an innocent person, I don't see any substantiation for that.
In what regard? Like, do you disagree with any of the stipulations?
I just told you that. I don't know what the issue is.
You're just saying it's unsubstantiated. I don't know what you want me to say. You have to
watch this. Watch this. Bigfoot exists and he lives in Rye, New York. Do you accept that proposition?
No, why not? That's not a moral statement.
I don't even know what a moral statement is, but again, it is a proposition that you gave me, correct?
It's asserting in a subjective view that I hold, and I'm allowing you to critique it.
Oh, if you hold that, look, if you're telling me a subjective view that you hold, to me, that's like you're telling me you like strawberry ice cream. I don't care. Now, if you're telling me that as a matter of fact, I should hold the view, then for me to hold the view, I need substantiation.
Yeah,
that's kind of how this works. Say it again?
Yes. Okay. I think again, my stipulations still apply, but I think when we base someone's right to live based off, if they have certain characteristics or attributes or certain things you have to attain, I think it allows us to justify many things. So I think we can clearly say that they're innocent human persons. And again,
why don't we
if
do
you
this?
have a critique of it.
Hold on. The critique is that it's unsubstantiated. The substantiation would be simple. And since you did the Philbro thing with my brother, I'm going to return the favor. Can you give me an argument, right? Just premise one, premise two, conclusion, where the conclusion is, therefore, it's wrong to whatever the hell you said.
I'm not making a syllogism. I'm just making a statement, and I'm giving you the opportunity to critique it. Not every argument has to be a syllogism.
Hold on. You can give it to me informally, but here's what's not going to happen. You're not going to give me a proposition. You know what a proposition is, right?
Correct.
Okay. You're not going to give me a proposition and then just expect me to accept it without substantiation. That's not going to happen here.
Right, that's why I'm allowing you to critique it, and we can
The
go
critique
from there.
is the fact that you don't have substantiation. This is the seventh time I'm asking. As in, well, it's kind of like you have substantiation, you've delivered it, except the opposite of that. Do you think you've delivered substantiation for that claim?
Yeah, I think it's fine, and that's why I'm allowing you to critique it, and we can go
The
from
critique,
there.
listen. I don't know what the tracking issue is here. Santana, he's really bad at this. This is crazy.
And he really wanted to do
You're
this.
really bad at it. You're trying. It's so circular. Like you won't respond to any of the arguments. You're just saying.
Yeah, it is circular. That's
why
great.
Can't you
haven't.
critique it?
Hold on, just to be clear. You've given me a proposition. In your brain, a proposition is an argument.
Yes.
A proposition is an argument.
It's a moral assertion, right? That I'm allowing you to accept or reject.
Okay. I've rejected it because it's unsubstantiated. This is now the 9th time I'm telling you this.
I'm well aware.
Okay, so for you to keep asking me for the critique when the critique is that it's unsubstantiated, I don't know what the issue is. This is very confusing for me now.
Because what I'm asking is, how is it unsubstantiated? People typically have a reason as to why it's unsubstantiated. Well,
you know what?
I don't believe.
Means?
Wait, can you not interrupt? But,
no, I can't interrupt. You know what substantiated?
Some people will say a fetus is not a person.
Short circuiting,
right? That would be a critique.
No.
Hey, James, you're just interrupting. James, don't crash. Don't crash.
Don't be disingenuous. He just interrupted me in the middle.
Okay, so do you think you've delivered substantiation for the proposition? Yes or no?
No, I'm saying we can go from there.
I'm just going to ask the question again. I need a very clear answer. What
did I just say?
Have you delivered substantiation?
What did I just say?
Stop talking.
Okay, have a good day.
You're going to run away? You're going to run away?
That's not how you leave, James. You're still here, bub. You still hear us coming out of your phone. That is not how you run. Come back in here and give us your syllogism. Come give us your points.
And you know what, Santana? I offered for him to give it informally. But here's what's not going to happen. You're not going to tell me Bigfoot exists. And then I say,
there, Jeff.
Yeah. That's nuts. There's no way. Look, this is not even Philbro territory. This is somebody telling me that aliens abducted them, and when I go show me proof, they're like, what's your critique of my sentence?
Hey Jeff, tell the chat what I text you.
Maybe pull up. You give me the Ivan Drago.
Yeah,
break him.
It was just it was just a sport. I sat there and went through this whole thing and then called him out and told him it's a fucking sport. What are we doing?
And that's the other part is it's disrespectful to say the reason I go live to live is so that I can protect lives, and you don't give the topic enough of enough respect to learn about what the impact is on the people that have to go through this.
Exactly.
You don't give it enough respect to understand, to not give a grape exception just because, to not understand what the impact of that is on not just the psychology of the person who was assaulted, but on every aspect of their life, including their relationships going forward, et cetera, et cetera. Not even a fucking care in the world just to be well, there's a life in there. Mm-hmm. And then when asked for substantiation, typically when I ask somebody for substantiation, they give me some form of their moral stance. Mm-hmm. And I might disagree because I don't really believe morals are a thing.
Right.
But I might disagree or I might critique it. But this person gave me nothing, zero. They just told, again, their favorite flavor of ice cream. And nobody cares. I have a ninja slushie. I can make ice cream.
Yeah, and he really want, Jeff, he really wanted to do that. But hold on, Jeff. Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, I got some time.
All right. Let me say thank you to a couple of quick people. W's in the chat for Zaichin Connor, who sent a $1.99 super chat to say, does the caller believe in capital punishment? I'm sorry. Hey, W's in the chat for the controller. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to get that question off. I apologize. W's in the chat as well for Zaichin Connor for the $9.99 super chat to say, some men want to spread their seed, and it sounds like these type of men don't want women to keep them from spreading their seeds. Yeah, it's not even about that. It's literally just about, again, it's either control or sport. Like that's what they do. Debbie's in the chat for Marie, who sent a $5 donation. I accidentally took my I don't think I can say that on live 2 hours ago, and it's 11 p.m. here, and tomorrow's a faculty meeting, and after meetings there's an assembly, so thank God for you being on while I pull an all-nighter. No doubt, Marie. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for the 5. I'm here. Holy fuck, guys. W's in the chat for Stephanie. Massive W's in the chat for Stephanie for the $50 donation. Stephanie said, I accidentally joined the queue earlier when I meant to send roses. LOL, my bad. I was doing the dishes at the time. You're awesome, and what you do is so important. So much respect, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you way more, Stephanie. Thank you for being amazing and just being you. W's in the chat for Stephanie. W's in the chat for Chloe for the $5 donation, saying thank you. Thank you so much for shutting him the F up. I'm beyond sick of men spewing, and it makes me more disappointed when it's young men. Love you always. I love you always so much more. And guys, Debbie's in the chat for what up, Amber? Librarian Amber, who sent a $5 donation. I appreciate you refusing to debate these boys on abortion. I only allow Jeff to do it. That's because Jeff always breaks the toys. W's in the chat for all the donos. Guys, I appreciate the heck out of you. Now, the reason why I asked Jeff to stay up and the reason why I didn't say what I normally say is because Jeff reached out to me and told me about a situation that we have where we have a community member that's in need. And the community member is Cease to Know. And they are someone that apparently is in a really tough position at this time. They need to remain housed. They have an issue with food, medication. They lost their employment in critical need. And Jeff reached out and he's like, hey, Santana, is there any way that we can do mutual aid? And I said, fuck right, we can. You know how my chat do. You know how we do. You know how our community's locked in. So I wanted to take this opportunity to actually, while we have people here, to see what we can do to come together to help people. So Jeff, I wanted to give you a moment to tell them a little bit more about what we're doing, and then I'm going to tell them what we need to do to accomplish it.
So yeah, Cease is one of my favorite creators on this app. Always ready with information, super well versed in philosophy, always defending marginalized communities, and is currently in need because, as we know, like the times right now are tough. And in his case, he lost his employment, is working around the clock to try to get new employment, but needs help to, like Santana said, we're trying to keep him housed, keep all the access to resources going, and all that good stuff. So essentially, we did we've been trying to raise funds, but the reason I reached out to Santana is because I know that this community is the best with mutual aid. Absolutely. You guys are I've seen you guys move mountains in minutes. So the second that I saw that Cease needed aid, this was one of the first calls I made. So I appreciate everything y'all do.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is what we're dealing with, right? 1.7 thousand people hanging out here. Cease needs about 2,000, right? So approximately, if everybody sends $2, right? If everybody just sends $2, we can help someone who is desperately in need. And you guys know what we do here. We believe in transparency. We believe in making sure that we take care of each other. I say this all the time. It's not about today, because we may be fine today, but we may need help tomorrow. And when we need help, we want to be able to lean on each other. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. We're going to go ahead and start taking it. Sorry, YouTube, it has to go through the pay links. If you can just send $2, if everyone here sends $2, that's it, just $2. Everyone sends $2, then we can take care of a community member that's in need. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I'm going to tally all of this up. I'm going to put it together. And we're, like I said, the grand total that we're trying to reach is $2,000. I know times are hard. I know that things are scary. There's a lot of like fluctuation, but this is what community is for. Community is literally for times like this, when things are unsure, where people are scared, when there's fear in the world. We have to come together and we have to help each other. And I'm so proud that I can share community with you guys. Someone that you guys are always willing to step up, and show out. And this is another opportunity to do this. It's one thing that I like. I'm so proud of my chat. I'm so proud of our community. I brag on you guys all the time, but this is the backbone of who we are right here, right now. Like, seriously. This is literally the backbone of who we are, because there's other, like, I see other communities do mutual aid, and sometimes, you know, they do really well. Sometimes it takes a lot longer. I see randomly there's, you know, creators that may do one mutual aid and they'll do like a whole big shebang and blah, 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 blah. We do this for people that really need the help. And this is the opportunity to do so. Like I said, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. It's only $2. If you can spare $2, we can take care of a community member that's in need. I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm going to actually run through. I'm going to start doing the math on this. What I'm going to do, because you guys are going the fuck off already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Jeff to keep you guys entertained while I actually start adding this up. And I'll be checking back in and letting you guys know where we are. Also, I see like Ari's here. I see Swan is here. Ari, Swan, if you two want to come up and actually help Jeff keep the people entertained while we do this, then please come on and hop up here. But again, guys, only $2. Only $2. I'm about to start doing the math, and we're going to add them all up.
By the way, shout out to you, Santana, and to Kay, because like when I reached out,
not me.
Well, nah. I'm gonna say when I reached out, it was zero hesitation. That's what I'm saying. It was zero hesitation. No questions asked. Let's get it done. And like when you say that's what community is, that's what I'm saying. That is exactly why we do this, is for community. Like we can do the debate thing. We're content creators at the end of the day, and we like pushing forward our brands. But when it comes to helping out people in need, that takes precedence over everything. So shout out to y'all 100%, and I appreciate you always.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the community. I mean, like I would be remiss, and especially like we got Swan up here. Swan does like so much for so many people at all times. I mean, like she is actively saving the world at all times. I mean, like I don't think that you know, what I do is that much. Like I sit online. My wife makes fun of me. I sit online and I yell at Trump supporters all day. But like there's so many people that are doing so many different things that actually benefit us as a whole. And so it's just really an opportunity to ensure that we're always taking care of each other. Like that's a big thing for me.
There's a thing that makes me happy and a thing that makes me sad about Swan. Let me tell you what it is. When Congo is finally free, right? They're going to put Swan's PFP, like stamp it on the final mine that gets closed. They're going to stamp Swan's PFP on it, BAP, like closed by Swan. That's the thing that makes me happy, right? The thing that makes me sad is that she's going to miss it because she's going to be live.
Yeah.
Because she live 24/7. She going to miss them putting her PFP on the free Congo joint because she going to be live.
Yep. That's what Swan does.
True. I've actually been going live since 1452.
Matter of fact, she gonna tell the dude doing the stamping, using only empirical data, no personals and no anecdotes. Can you justify putting that stamp on that? Actually, nah. Yeah, I'm a snitch because you said you slept yesterday, Swan said, "Ooh, I'm sleepy." She ended her live, and less than 10 minutes later, I turned on the app, and guess who was live?
Well, you know, I was in there to help out a mutual. They don't really go live often. So I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I'll help out a little bit. But I did get some sleep, though. But yeah, I didn't go to sleep right away.
Dope.
All right. I am about to give a quick update as far as where we are. Okay, guys. Okay. This is where we are. 1 second here. All right. So the goal that we're trying to reach is $2,000. There's 1.6 thousand people hanging out here with us right now. We are currently at $614.57, right? So that means that we are only, let's see, 614. We're only $1,385.49 away from closing out the goal and being able to help a community member that's in need. I know that we can do this. Now we're at the point where all it is $1. If everybody can just send $1, just $1, just one, 4 quarters, right? Just 4. What was that? 10 dimes? Like you got 100 pennies? Somebody go shake the couch. Just send $1. $1, and we can help a community member that is in need. We've raised $614.51 so far. We need $1,385.49 more. And like I said, we believe in transparency. Not only will we be sending this money directly to the community member in need, but we will be posting the receipts in the Discord. If you don't have access to Discord, you can reach out to Kay and we will get you copies of the receipt. I believe in transparency. I believe in letting people know where their money is going and how their money is being spent. And I promise you that we will provide transparency. And last but not least, like I said, over and over and over, it's not about today. It's literally not about today, because you may not be hurting today. You may not be in need today, but tomorrow it could be you. And if it's you, then I promise you, we are going to have your back. That's what we have to do. We're obligated to take care of each other, because that's what community is. And if you want to be a part of this community, if you want to build and share in this community, then this is what it takes. It takes pulling together in these times of need. And I believe in you guys. I fucking believe in you. So let's do it. I'm going to keep adding it back. We got a whole bunch more coming in. I'm going to keep adding it up. I'm going to give you guys a total in a moment, but I'm going to give it back to, Swan, Jeff, and now Ari.
Hey, y'all. Oh, Ari's here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Reading is power. Stay dangerous, my friends. Hi, guys.
Hey, Ari. How are you?
I'm good. I was in the middle of doing the dishes. I heard my name. I was like, I'm a coming.
For anybody wondering how to contribute to this mutual aid, the links are in Santana's bio, CAPPVM.
Yep.
Santana speaks for you.
Yep. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Santana speaks for you. Sorry, YouTube. You have to send it through the pay links. Santana speaks for you. Kay, I saw what you said, but I'm trying to add it up. Yeah, I mean, if they're up for it, do you guys want to? Kay said, "How about a debate while we add the stuff up?" Do you guys want to debate?
Oh, absolutely. We're always ready.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with the producers.
She said, "No, it's Rob." I don't think you guys want to talk to Rob.
Oh, I got to tell you something about Rob.
Yeah, I've told Rob that he doesn't get access to the platform anymore. So like it was just no, too gross.
Normally, I swear to you, Santana, I would like fight you on this and be like, I'll talk to anybody. Mm-hmm. But I have had in the last 3 days, half a dozen people admit to the most heinous stuff. And I think I've reached my limit of people being cringy weirdos. So I'm gonna let that rock with people who don't get access.
If y'all check out my most recent video, you'll see one of the ones that Jeff is talking about.
You guys got to keep talking.
I know. I was gonna say I love, please, because it's my bread and butter. A white man, come argue, remove white man from power. Right, white men from power, please. Please. I'm begging you.
On a flip note, all right, I'm gonna say this. Like me, my bread and butter is philosophy and atheism. Really, like I like being funny, but atheism, right? But that doesn't mean that I think it's terrible to be Christian. Like there's some people that I'm really cool with that are Christian. And here's something that I noticed. Like Easter, I've been saying this all day. Easter is the Christianity Super Bowl. It's supposed to be like Victory Day, right? And so for me, if it's your Victory Day, I expect you to be, half court with the champagne, spraying it all over the place, throwing the Gatorade on the coach. And some of these people coming around here doing, especially like dude that was up here before, that left, they sound like they're in the locker room talking about maybe next year. They don't sound victorious. They sound like they're looking at their numbers, seeing if they're gonna get traded in the off season. You know what I mean? Like they're not. They're not sounding like getting ring sized. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. All right, guys, just an FYI, this is where we are. We're almost halfway there. We have raised $980.29. We are almost halfway there. In order to close out the goal, in order to actually help a community member, Cease. Again, Cease is an amazing creator, amazing community member who is going through hard times. Cease needs $2,000 to remain housed, to remain and be able to have access to food and medication. Cease lost his job, and he's been working really hard to try to bounce back. But like he came to us as a community member that is desperately in need. And so we're trying to do whatever we can to actually help. So again, guys, we are now only $1,019.71 away from closing out this goal. And I know that we can do it. I honestly believe in us. So again, I just ask if you can do it, please consider donating just $1. If 1,020 people, there's almost 1.7 thousand people hanging out here. If you just send $1, just $1, we can help a community member that's in jeopardy of losing their home, a community member that needs access to medication to live, a community member that needs access to food. Like all we need is for 1,020 people just to send $1, just $1. That's it. We are so close. We are so very close. Please, guys, if you can do it, consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. I'm going to read out all these thank yous, but I'm going to keep adding everything up until we get to the goal. I have so much faith in our community. I know we can do this. The reason why Jeff came to us, the reason why Cease trusted us is because we deliver, and it's time for us to deliver. So please consider donating. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. That's how you can donate. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Santana speaks for you. That's the way to help support, donate. And like I said, there will be full transparency. You will know where your money's going. We will be posting receipts in the Discord. You will have access to request receipts. I promise you, it won't be no community gardens, no buses, no veneers, none of that. I promise you it's going to go where it's supposed to. No 9-foot doors. The money will be going where it's supposed to go. So again, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. I'm going to give it back to the lovely people on my panel, and I'm going to keep doing math.
Well, since it is still Easter and Jeff is talking about, he does have friends who are Christians. I, on the other hand, if you guys are ever interested in a book and you want to question your beliefs in Christianity, read When God Was a Woman by Merlin Stone. Christianity, especially the Abrahamic religions, uphold patriarchy. So if you care about your loved ones who are femme-presenting, non-gender non-conforming, and all that stuff, yeah, might want to rethink that.
Yeah, it's actually a really good book. The way that Abrahamic religions have evolved over the years to shape and accept patriarchy and exacerbate it is actually kind of fascinating. And now the way that it's evolving today, especially with like progressive Christianity, is kind of weird. It's equally fascinating, but also kind of weird, because you would expect people to like shave it off to just do the thing, right? But that doesn't happen to be the case. But year after year, we have more and more atheists. So I think that's a good thing. More people using logic and reason. I'm gonna say as a shameless self-plug, I just today recorded the first of a few what I consider help episodes of I'm not even going to consider them podcast episodes. These are going to go on YouTube, where I'm trying to explain like simple philosophical concepts, but like make them understandable. And so the very first thing that we're tackling is modality, just the idea of possible versus impossible, and what that means. So that's going to go up this week. And I'm not even like, this isn't like a sign up or anything. This is free content if you want to learn stuff about philosophy. I just want to make these kind of concepts accessible, partly because I'm petty and I want the Phil Bros to like have a gauntlet of people to wade through when they touch the app, but also because I think it's important that people learn how to reason and how to use the tools that we already possess. Like a lot of you guys already do this, but it's fun. It's a lot better when you can identify it, you know?
W. Sean in the chat, because she's actually the one who taught me how to do modus polens. Is it that what it's called? Modus polens?
Sean, get up here. Don't be lazy down in the comments. Get up here, Sean. Sorry, go ahead, Ari.
Oh. Yeah, she broke that down for me. I was like, yay, baby Phil bro.
Modus ponens, modus tollens, and modus throw it around in a circle, Sean.
Hey, modus women be shopping, nigga.
Okay, all right, hold on really quick, guys. We are so fucking close. We are so fucking close. So far, again, we were trying to reach a goal of $2,000. We have been able to raise $1,476.21. That means we're only $523.79 away from closing out this mutual aid goal. Guys, lock in. We're so close. Again, this is for Cease, a community member that is in danger, that needs help in the sense that they're in danger of losing their home. They need access to medication. They need access to food. Being able to build community, share community, and protect each other is the most important thing that we can do today. And we're so close to being able to do this for the next person. And like I said, over and over and over, we will always post receipts. We will always bring the facts, the information. You will see where this money is going, because it's so important to ensure that anything that you guys give as a community, that we're being good stewards of it, and we're making sure that we're being transparent. So please, 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 all we need is 523 people just to send $1. Just $1. We can close this out. We're so very close. Please, if you can do it, consider doing it. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. And I'm going to go back to adding this up, but please, 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 $523.79, and we close this out. So please consider donating. Sean, Ari, Swan, Jeff, I'm going to pass it to you guys.
Yeah, no pause. Yes, hard drive in my hand is what I'm saying. we are in fact so close, but no pause on that. 0 pauses. I appreciate everybody who did send anything. I've seen a lot of chats saying that I have little, but I sent what I could. So I 100% appreciate that. For those of you who are saying that you don't have anything to send, don't worry about it. That's not what this is about. The fact that you're even here and participating and continuing to move along with the chat and encourage people to give, that helps.
Keep on engaging, y'all. Make sure how we contribute is each according to what they can. So if you do not have the funds, that's perfectly fine. When you tap the screen and you share the live, repost it, it gets it out to other people who also maybe have the potential to. So that's still doing your part. So keep tapping the screen, sharing the live, commenting, put a couple emojis in there, like put your an emoji of your favorite color in the chat, things like that, to keep it on the algorithm, keep it going, get it out there to more people, to get more people in, to get more people in to donate. All right, that's how we work together. That's community action. That's solidarity. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. No, W chat, honestly. You guys are absolutely awesome. Any W's that go to me, though, I will say for any kind of Phil Bro action goes to Jeff. Jeff taught me, I want to say 99% of what I know. Like I knew next to nothing before I knew Jeff. So W Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Jeff's video. Jeff's got a video coming out too, right?
Yeah, he was just talking about that. All right, guys, we're almost there. Don't edge me like this.
Hey, yo.
Close it out. We're at. We only have $234.80 left. $234.80 left. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Come on, guys, just get me there. Come on, no, seriously, guys, we are so very close. Stop it. We got to be serious. No, seriously, guys. $234.80. We are trying to hit a goal of $2,000, and that $2,000 will be going to Cease, who is a community member that is in need, that is in jeopardy of losing their home, that is in jeopardy of going without medication, without food. So all we need to close this out and to be able to finish this mutual aid, I fucking believe in us. $234.80. And like I said, all the receipts will be posted. Like, I know we can do this, guys. I know we can. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
I don't know what to say. I have like what they call the vapors after that presentation.
Listen, I know what my chat like. Hell, hold on now. I know what get them going.
but look,
drop the host
for as much as that was, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody in the chat said pull my hair, and I was like, yo, end the lot. That's it. So everybody delete your account.
Hey, let's put a bounty on the host.
Whoa.
Oh,
you know what's funny though?
Is crazy.
You know what's funny? Like, it drives management insane when I do that. She starts screaming from another room, bro, stop.
Nah, but sometimes you gotta do a little strange for a little change, right, Santana?
Listen, okay. How about my mom called me today? And I called her. I was like, hey, lady, what are you up to? She said, oh, I just finished listening to one of your videos. And I was like, oh, really? She's like, what do you mean you would do something strange for a little piece of change?
Of
all the videos to land on.
Of all the videos?
But you know what I said? Because there ain't no shame in my game.
What'd you say?
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Listen.
Mom Dukes.
I stand on business. I stand on business. I stand on business. I absolutely stand on business. Speaking of standing on business, guys, we are almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We are, hold on 1 second. We have raised a grand total. The total we're trying to reach is $2,000. We have raised $1,964.08. That means we're only $35.92 away from closing out this mutual aid goal. Guys, I'm so fucking proud. I'm so fucking happy. Like, I know we can do it. We're only $35.92 away. And like I said, I will be posting the receipts. I will ensure that this money, as far as where it's going, there's complete transparency. We will make sure that not only does all of this money get into the hands of Cease, but you guys will be able to see where your money is going. The one thing that I say all the time, it's my responsibility to be good stewards of the things that you guys give me. And it's this platform. It's the ability to speak to so many people. And in this situation, when it comes to the money that you're willing to donate to help the community members that are in need, it is my responsibility to not only make sure they get every single penny, but you guys get to see that that went to the right people. And we did what we said we were going to do. So I will be posting that out, posting that as well.
And you know how you know that we're doing good work? Because if you look in the chat, the weirdos are getting riled up.
Oh, they're
getting so riled up. This is the thing I always say is, like, if you ever, I'm about to, whatever, I'm 46. So I remember the old Carmen Sandiego games. You remember them?
Yeah.
Like, where in the world? Whenever you guess the right city, you see a little, like, knife go across the screen, or some weirdo looking at you, like they get riled up because you on the right track. That's how these weirdos are. We on the right track, and they're like, oh, damn.
Speaking of, wait. Speaking of being on the right track, chat, we're good. Hey, guys, we are good. Stop it there. Shut it down. All right. So we were hoping to be able to raise, well, another one just came in. Holy smokes. Okay, guys, we're good. Hold on. Let me add this other one that just came in. We were hoping to be able to raise $2,000 for Cease, who desperately needed it because they were in jeopardy of becoming unhoused, losing access to medication, to food. And Jeff was wonderful enough to bring it to my attention, wonderful enough to bring it to the attention of Kay. And we just did what we do. And everybody locked the fuck in. And the chat did. You guys, we did what we do as a community. And I'm so fucking proud of you. So with trying to raise a grand total of $2,000, we were able to raise, let me write this down so I got this here. We were trying to raise a total of $2,000. We were able to raise, hold on, let me check this one. I'm gonna edge off for a little bit because I want to see this. Hold on. All right.
He leaving y'all tied to the bed and everything. That's crazy work, Santana.
In a span of 30 minutes, it took 30 minutes when we were trying to raise $2,000, we ended up raising a total of $2,135.88. Fucking W's in the chat for you. Fucking W's in the chat for you.
In the chat, yo.
That's what I'm talking about. That's community. That's how we do it. Also, I just want to bring to everyone's attention that management said there will be no community gardens, no buses on this platform. That was from management. Guess we can't have it. Anyway, fucking W's in the chat for the chat. Again, we were trying to raise Go ahead.
Will there be trains?
Yo, you know what? That's it.
I was thinking that we could take a Trover trip.
Oh, yo. W.
Okay.
Anyway, like I was saying before Sean chose violence, we were trying to raise a total of $2,000 and and we were able to raise $2,135.88. And thank you, seriously, guys, for everyone that's still hanging out here. Like it brings me so much joy and happiness that we're able to do this. It's interesting because like it never surprises me when we're able to pull this off. And it's always shocking because there's other communities that do this. Again, like I brought up Swan. Swan lives and breathes this day in and day out. And I don't understand how she does it. And the fact that every once in a while, as a collective group, we come together and we say, hey, we need each other. And you guys just stand up, you show up and you show out. And I'm mind blown that you guys do this each and every time. It means the world to me. It makes me so proud to say that you guys are, you know, I get to share space with you. I get to share community with you. Like it's insane. It's insane. So thank you, each and every one of you. And you guys know what I'm going to do. I got over 100 something thank yous that I'm going to go through, but I do it every single time I go through and I say thank you to everyone. And I will be doing that. So it's going to be a long night, but regardless, I want to stop right now and just say personally, thank you. We were trying to raise $2,000. We were able to raise $2,135.88. Jeff, I'm going to give the floor to you first, just to kind of remind everybody what we're doing for Cease, who Cease is. And then I want to pass it to everyone else. And I really appreciate you all holding the the panel a lot as I did all this math.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm floored. W's to every single person in the chat. Cease to Know is an academic philosopher, content creator, community member. And if it's for whatever Sean said, like, yeah, I don't know that I taught Sean stuff, but we'd be talking. But Cease has helped me work out a lot of my my positions on philosophy, because he's always open to like get contacted, give his time to give some education. So it was super easy for me to say like, hey, if you need help, the communities on TikTok will help you out 100%. So again, Cease is a person who lost his employment. All of this was to try to keep him housed, keep the medication that he needs, keep him with access to resources. And you guys did it in the best way and super fast. I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Yeah. Jeff, can we tell the people when we agreed to do this?
Earlier today. Yeah.
Two
happened in a
fucking
matter
day
of
chat.
hours.
We made Jeff reached out to me. I replied, I said, let's do it. And it hadn't even been 24 hours. And we were literally to take care of the entire amount. Like you guys are, and not only has it not been 24 hours, we literally got this done in 30 minutes. In fucking 30 minutes. You guys are absolutely amazing. W's in the chat for you. I want to pass it across the panel though, just in case you guys had anything you want to say. I know you guys all work on a bunch of different stuff. So Swan, give you the floor first.
Yeah, no, my bad. Shout out to the chat. That's pretty awesome. Well, you say 30 minutes, I think, is how long it took. That's incredible. And that definitely is a reflection of what you have facilitated here, Santana. I know you don't like to be, it's not just you, but I'm just saying, like, giving the space. Wait, hold it. Hear me out, Santana. Providing the space, right, is what facilitates the community to come together, right, and do things. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you gave the space, And then, you know, we put the work in as a community. That's what I'm saying. But yeah. Do you want me to talk about just like plug my stuff in, or the only thing really that we're working on right now, like the most specific thing, the most important thing right now that we're working on is keeping the 2 houses in the Congo open. They're called the Ubuntu houses. There's one that has 32 children there that were rescued from a displacement camp over a year ago. And the other one is a house that was created in memory of a young girl named Alliance. And this house in particular is specifically for young girls who have been assaulted and have given birth. So we already paid the first 6 months rent for both of the houses. So we're working on paying for the next 6 months. And then in addition to that, we know that the government and some agencies out there promise to assist people with their medical debt, but they're not doing that. What ends up happening is people, if they do end up getting a procedure done, they cannot leave the hospital until they pay. And for some people, that keeps them in a tough place, depending on what it is that they're healing from. So we've been assisting with that as well. So yeah, that's our main goal that we're working on right now. And that's it. That's all I got. There's also other initiatives. If you guys go check out my link tree in my bio, there's quite a few. But there's some details in there too for these for the other initiatives. But right now we want to work on keeping them housed in the Congo. But yeah, that's all I got.
Absolutely. Ari, floor is yours. Thank you for the cake.
Yeah, thank you. Well, one, thank you for having me up. Two, one, I'm gonna second everything Swan said. And absolutely supporting Swan's initiatives, checking out their bio, because everything they're doing is so important. And they even have one of Solid's initiatives, I believe, in Swan's bio as well.
Yeah.
That Solid's working on, and you guys have seen Solid here. He's working on making sure that Black soldiers' voices get heard. So please also check out that initiative as well. Supporting the Congo, Sudan, those initiatives, those are really important because we can't forget what's happening in those. As much as we have everything that's happening here, things are also happening globally. So helping comrades abroad is super important right now. The only thing I have going for me right now is I run a book club, because as we see the attacks on education, the only way we fight back is through literacy and education and educating ourselves and community. So I run a book club, and we had our first book giveaway this book club. So it was really fun, and I want to keep that ball rolling. And so I guess whatever ways you guys can support, because I am buying the books myself, and I'm just giving them away to people who attend book club. You get put in a raffle, and we just give a book away and I mail it to you. So that's what I'm doing. But thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Sean, what you got?
Hey, well, there's a couple of things. There is prom in the Discord. We got prom. The promposals have been popping off. So if you want to be a part of that, join my Discord. Link is in the bio. That's one of the big things right now that's been going off is the prom in the Discord. We just got done with game night tonight. I usually do game nights every Sunday. Sometimes I'll change the game night or add an additional game night for some people in other time zones, because some people got weird time zones. But yeah, doing that big prom thing. Join the Discord if you want to be a part of it, a part of the festivities. We've been doing a lot of stuff. We do movie night. And at the moment, that's about it.
Okay. All right. What I will say, guys, still 1.6 thousand people hanging out here. First and foremost, we're almost at 1 million lights. So we might as well fucking close the door and cut off the lights. Let's do it. If we're going to close the night out, let's just close it out right. And let's go ahead and close it out with 1 million likes. So can we tap the screen? We're at 720,000 likes. Let's slam the door on this one and get it up to 1 million likes before we end the live. Also, please follow Sean, Ari, Swan, and Jeff. All of them are absolutely amazing people, amazing creators. Not only do they go live, they post content. I mean, they are on it. So please make sure you're following all of them and supporting them, supporting their lives. Now, Sean, Ari, Swan, I'm going to drop you all down. But Jeff, I want you to hold tight because I got one more thing. But thank you all for coming up. Seriously, I really appreciate you guys holding the attention of the chat because sometimes they can get a little squirrely. So I appreciate all of you.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thanks for having us up, Santana.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Santana.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jeff. So I was thinking, and I don't know if they actually earned it, but you let me know what you think. Do you think that I should tell them what topic we're doing this week on late nights?
I think that's up to them. And so on the surface, they earned it because we showed out.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I don't know.
But it's really up to them if they really want to know the topic. Like, how would we determine that?
They're saying yes, but I don't really feel like they mean it. I think it's just like, yeah, just tell us. Like, you know how when it's something you don't really want to do, and like, yeah, I'll do it.
Like they're being polite.
Yeah, it feels like they're being polite. Like they don't really want to know. They're just being polite.
Yeah, are y'all being polite, chat? Is that what it is? We said that we about to talk about a topic, but y'all don't really want to know, so y'all just saying yes just to be nice, right?
Oh, all right. Okay, so this is how we'll do it. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to know the topic. So put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to know the topic. Put a mongoose in the chat if you do want to know the topic. So put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to know. Put a mongoose in the chat if you do want to know. I don't see any mongooses, Jeff.
I don't see no mongoose.
I don't see no mongooses.
I don't see no Ricky, no Tiki, or no Tabby. Nothing.
They don't want to know. There's no mongoose. Lady said, what's a mongoose? Not them putting the actual goose. That's not a fucking mongoose. A duck is not a mongoose, chat. What are we doing? Lock the fuck in. He said, what's a mongoose?
Oh, man.
Someone said there's no mongoose emoji. Help.
Now they're writing mon and the goose emoji.
Look, somebody put a beaver. He said, shit, this close enough. Put a beaver.
Oh,
okay.
That's hilarious.
Okay. I'll tell you. Just because you guys are funny. This week on Late Nights with Santana, we are going to be dealing with a very, very interesting topic. Very, very, very interesting. Something that is personal to a lot of people. Jeff, I think is going to solicit like a lot of emotion from people. Like, I think it's going to be kind of charged. But this week on Late Nights with Santana, we're dealing with deconstruction of religion. Now, I was going to do it tonight. And the reason why we push late nights from tonight to tomorrow is because, it's Easter. And a lot of people might have been feeling some type of way talking about deconstruction of religion on Easter. But this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, 2 nights, Late Nights with Santana with my special co-host, Jeff, End of a Species. Jeff is going to help guide this conversation, and we are going to be dealing with deconstructing religion, more so the grip that it seems like religion has on a lot of people, especially my people. But we're going to be dealing with that. Jeff, any insight or inside baseball that you want to give them?
I always gotta do some weird stuff. So here, you're gonna be really surprised at how I talk about deconstructing religion. And I'll give you a little tiny spoiler alert. Deconstructing religion does not necessarily mean you have to be an atheist.
Yep.
Deconstructing religion does not mean you have to be an atheist. But it is a very important topic. It's deconstruction specifically of religion is something that's near and dear to my heart because it's simultaneously very helpful to, I think, humanity, but also individually can be very, very dangerous. It's probably among the most dangerous forms of deconstruction that exist. You can deconstruct the patriarchy. You can deconstruct from race. You can deconstruct from all sorts of different things. Religion is unique in that it also it's tied to your identity in a way that also tackles questions that you don't have an answer to. And because of that, we'll get into stories and things like that. And like, you know, me and Santana are going to talk about like specifically what topic list we want to cover. But I'm just super excited to get into it for this week. So it's going to be a fun week talking about this, and we're gonna have a lot of education, I think. Emotion too, so I think you're right on that, but education, number one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's needed because Jeff, like one of the things that I always fall back on is I hate when people use their religion as a sword instead of a shield, right? And the people that love screaming that they're like super religious and all this other stuff never actually live by any type of good works. It's just all hate, but that like it's so much tied into it as far as like the amount of control that's exerted by religion. It's so much to it. I'm excited about doing it. I know you and I have been talking about doing this since like what, the middle of last year. Like we were supposed to have done this.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, for the chat, for people saying, okay, but what is a mongoose? People are still wondering, what is a mongoose? Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, can you see it? It's on the screen right now. It's right here. Can you guys see it? Can you see it? It's right there. Look under my finger. You see it? That's a mongoose. You guys, it's right there. All right. What about if I do? Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. As a matter of fact, hold on. All right. Okay, it's right here. You see that? Can you guys see that? What I do, Roxy? It's right. So you telling me that y'all can't see that? Y'all need to get y'all eyes checked. Like, Jeff, you see it, right?
I think my line in the script is yes.
It's right here.
Hold on. I think we're feeling. Yes.
Hold on. Look. I'll show you guys because look. Wait. Hold on. I'll show you. You see it's moving? It's right here now. Can you see it?
That look like a.
That's a picture of a mongoose.
That looks like a mongoose that's about to be eaten in Alabama.
All right. What? Okay, God, you guys are so picky. What about this? It's up there now. You see it? Can you see it? It's right there. How do y'all not see it? Bring it down. Management said you always do the most for no damn reason.
Now it looks like a mongoose that got into Snoop's stash.
What about now? How about now? Okay. Give me a second.
That was a mongoose that was downloaded on the internet in 1993.
It was. Oh, shit. All right. Let's try it again. I don't even know where it went. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I don't even know where it is anymore. Like, I don't even know what happened to it.
You know what's funny? You catching all this smoke, but if you type mongoose into Google, y'all have been had seen a mongoose by this point.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not like seriously. I ain't even trying to do this no more. I don't even know why. Hold on. Oh, I had it cropped. My bad. I had it cropped. My bad. Okay, that's a mongoose. That's a mongoose. My bad. I didn't realize I had it cropped.
They be chasing snakes.
They do. I didn't realize I had it cropped, Jeff. I was like, why the fuck is it doing that? Oh, okay. All right. That's enough. Jeff, I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate you letting me know what we need to do, and I look forward to this week on Late Nights.
I appreciate you back, brother.
All right. Have a good one. Not you saying bullying my no, my chat bullies me. That's all you guys do is like literally that's it. That's you guys think it's funny to bully me. All right, Jeff, I'm gonna drop you down. You guys love doing that to me. No, yes, it is true. Dizzy, it is absolutely true. No, Sarah, how dare you? Emma, come on now. Emma said we would never. Emma literally fixed her fingers to say we would never. Emma, you know.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
That's all you guys do. Each and every one of you. Canceled? Does that mean I don't have to go live anymore? Because if that's the case, then I guess I might take it. I don't know. Look, fucking tamales. All right, guys. Yeah, I got to say thank you. God damn, this is about to be long. Holy smokes. God damn it. How you doing? I was okay before my chat started bullying me. Something about mongooses, I don't know. You better be her timely matter tomorrow. Whatever. No, I do have to read them out. I do. We're gonna make this quick though, guys. We're gonna make it quick. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kay. I have to. There's like 100 and something of them I gotta go through as well. All right. Okay. Yeah, I love you guys too. Who's in the request? Hello.
I just wanted to say that I was able to talk to Cease, and they wanted to extend their utmost gratitude to the community, and being able to take a deep breath and being able to be safe and stay housed and all of that good stuff. They use he, they pronouns, and just so that you know, their username is cease to know, CEASE TOKNOW. And if you want to shoot them a follow, they're an amazing debater. And I don't know. I don't really call it debates because he's smarter than everyone. And I enjoy watching their content. So I just wanted to say thank you all very much. We're going to get through all of these thank yous because I know that's what you do. But I just wanted to pass along their thank you to everyone. And it was very, very much appreciated. And that's it. You
All
ready?
right, Kate.
Did you wet your whistle? You ready to do this?
No, I'm waiting for management to bring me a drink because I'm all out. So, but
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Did you get in an accident?
No, but I said please.
But did you hurt your leg?
No, but my pride. I hurt my pride.
I think you should take your able-bodied self and get yourself a drink.
No, because the kitchen's all the way in there, and then I would have to get off on camera and all this other stuff. And so my wife, who is absolutely amazing and is like close to the kitchen,
yeah, we know you married up. I'm just saying.
I know, but she helps me out all the time. She's so amazing.
All right, well, management, if you're gonna do that, that's so sweet of you.
Baby. I love you.
I hope there's something special in there for you. Okay, let's get these thank yous. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. We're ready. We're ready. All right, guys. There's 100-something thank yous that I'm about to go through. You said not the misogyny. No, absolutely not. My wife is awesome. I do the same thing for her all the time. Did she put vodka in it? No, I wish she would have. Am I debating? No, we're about to say thank yous. All right. We're going to run through and I'm going to say thank you to everyone. And I'm just going to, I'm going to just read off the names and the total, and we're going to just work through it. All right. W's in the chat for Sarah for the 5. W's in the chat for Mike for the 10. W's in the chat for Irene for the 50. Holy shit. W's in the chat for Irene for the 50. Said, meet you, I ate fun. Thanks for doing this. Thank you, Irene. W's in the chat for Marie for the 20. W's in the chat for Roxy for the 2. W's in the chat for Taylor for the 10. W's in the chat for Harry for the 5. W's in the chat for Katie for the 5. W's in the chat for Brittany for the 275. W's in the chat for Johnson Tittle for the 2. W's in chat for Mia for the 2. W's in chat for Raven for the 5. W's in chat for Shannon for the 2. And W's in the chat for Stacy for the 10. W's in the chat for Casey for the 2. W's in the chat for Amanda for the 5. W's in the chat for Dylan for the 5. W's in the chat for Robin for the 20. W's in the chat for Taylor for the 10. W's in the chat for Lindsay for the 10. W's in the chat for Ava for the 5. W's in the chat for Lady Cat for the 2. W's in the chat for Kathy for the 10. W's in the chat for Diana for the 20. W's in the chat for, I think it's pronounced Edmund. I think, yeah, it's Edmund. Thank you so much for the 20. W's in the chat for Linda for the 2. W's in the chat for Ken for the 25. W's in the chat for Jeff for the 20. W's in the chat for Emma or M for the 2. W's in the chat for John for the 10. W's in the chat for Christy for the 5. W's in the chat for Jonna for the 2. W's in the chat for Edgar for the 2. W's in the chat for Lori for the 2. W's in the chat for Michelle for the 2. W's in the chat for Jody for the 4. W's in the chat for Michael for the 4. W's in the chat for Emma for the 6. W's in the chat for Alex for the 10. W's in the chat for Tess for the 20. What up, Tess? W's in the chat for Patricia for the 5. W's in the chat for Catherine for the 5. W's in the chat for Yardra for the 10. W's in the chat for Carly for the 5. W's in the chat for Sammy for the 5. W's in the chat for Casey for the 10. W's in the chat for Vanessa for the 5. W's in the chat for Lynette for the 2. W's in the chat for Gorman. I think it's pronounced Gorman for the 5. W's in the chat for Justin for the 10. W's in the chat for Amy for the 5. W's in the chat for Ty for the 4. W's in the chat for Deborah for the $50 donation. Deborah said, this is Draco Rose said, here's my 2 for 25 days. I hope C's gets back on his feet soon. W's in the chat for Draco Rose. Thank you. W's in the chat for Rachel for the 5. W's in the chat for Sarah for the 5. W's in the chat for Unamused for the 10. W's in the chat for Anthony for the 5. W's in the chat for Samantha for the 5. W's in the chat for Julie for the 10. W's in the chat for Jesse for the 2. W's in the chat for Anna for the 5. W's in the chat for Sarah for the 2. W's in the chat for Taylor for the 1. W's in the chat for Piper for the 5. W's in the chat for Mark for the 2. W's in the chat for Adriana for the 10. W's in the chat for Sophie for the 5. W's in the chat for Kayla for the 1. W's in the chat for Donnie for the 5. W's in the chat for Natasha for the 2. W's in the chat for Jeanette for the 2. W's in the chat for Deborah for the 5. W's in the chat for Jennifer for the 10. W's in the chat for Jennifer for the 2. W's in the chat for Heidi for the 5. W's in the chat for Lucky for the 2. W's in the chat for Sam for the 2. W's in the chat for Ari for the 22. W's in the chat for Cave for the 125. W's in the chat for Aura for the 2. W's in the chat for Maurice for the 10. W's in the chat for Maven for the $6.60. W's in the chat for Andrew for the 5. W's in the chat for Catherine for the 50. Catherine just sent the $50 dono. W's in the chat for Catherine for the $50. Oh, wait, hold on. Catherine sent two $50 donations. Sent two $50 donations. Fucking massive W's in the chat for Catherine for the total of $100. W's in the chat for Joseph for the 25. W's in the chat for, holy fuck, Laura. Laura sent a $200 donation and said for Cease. Massive fucking W's in the chat for Laura for the 200. W's in the chat for Montreal for the 4. W's in the chat for Courtney for the 10. W's in the chat for Alicia for the 5. W's in the chat for Stephanie for the 5. W's in the chat for I'm just gonna call you Jenna, because if I try to say the entire name, I'm gonna mess that up. So I'm just gonna say Jenna. W's in the chat for Jenna for the 132. W's in the chat for Melanie for the 1. W's in the chat for Taylor for the 2. W's in the chat for Jennifer for the 5. W's in the chat for Mina for the $94.83. Massive W's in the chat for Mina. Mina said, first time viewer from Parker. I see you raising money. You're doing good, man. And it gives me hope for America. And for from a Brit Bong. Keep fighting. What's Brit Bong? I don't know what Brit Bong is. Keep fighting the good fight. I don't know what they're from UK. I don't know what a Brit Bong is, but thank you so much. W's in the chat for Allison for the 516. W's in the chat for Taylor for the 25. W's in the chat for Angel for the 20. W's in the chat for Jamie for the 5. W's in the chat for Rebecca for the 5. And W's in the chat for Melissa for the 50. Holy smokes, Melissa. Or is it Melissa? Not Melissa. Melissa sent a $50 donation saying mutual aid for a community member. Thank you so much, Melissa. W's in the chat for Christine for the $50 donation and just sent the love. W's in the chat for Christine. W's in the chat for Edgar for the 1. W's in the chat for Jesse for the 10. W's in the chat for, holy fuck, Stephanie sent $100 donation and said mutual aid fund. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the 100. W's in the chat for Rachel for the 1. W's in the chat for Jessica for the 50. W's in the chat for Courtney for the 5. W's in the chat for Brandon for the 5. W's in the chat for Amanda for the 20. W's in the chat for Jeff for the 10. W's in the chat for Marlene for the 180. W's in the chat for Jamie for the 35. I love you, Jamie. W's in the chat for Megan for the 5. What up, Megan? W's in the chat for Austin for the 20. W's in the chat for KSJ sent 35. W's in the chat for KSJ. Oh, got it. W's in the chat for Kathy for the 2. W's in the chat for Amy for the 1. W's in the chat for hold on a sec. Oh, sorry. W's in the chat for, okay, I'm gonna come back to the cash apps because they're stacked. W's in the chat for Christina for the 10. And okay, now we got to run through all the cash apps. Got it. All right, let's see here. These are the cash apps. W's in the chat for Dragon Lover for the 5. W's in the chat for Boss Lady Fun for the 2. W's in the chat for Joel for the 5. W's in the chat for Gabriel for the 4. W's in the chat for Dwayne for the 2. W's in the chat for Cody for the 6. W's in the chat for Eugene for the 5. W's in the chat for Jamie for the 25. W's in the chat for Corey for the 5. W's in the chat for Don for the 3. W's in the chat for Destiny for the 5. W's in the chat for Kylie, who for the 1. W's in the chat for Eureka for the 10. W's in the chat for Jessica for the 20. W's in the chat for Tasha for the 10. W's in the chat for, I think that's pronounced Nakia, but it's with the K. I think it's Nakia. I think it's silent, like knife. W's in the chat for the 2. W's in the chat for Tara for the 222. W's in the chat for Sean for the 5. W's in the chat for Eric for the 2. W's in the chat for Tanya for the 2. W's in the chat for KC for the 5. W's in the chat for Farrah for the 5. W's in the chat for Swan for the 10. W's in the chat for Bianca for the 2. W's in the chat for Emil for the 2. W's in the chat for Sandra for the 10. W's in the chat for Holly for the 5. W's in the chat for Franklin for the 5. W's in the chat for I think that's, I'm just gonna call you Eve. W's in the chat for Eve for the 2. W's in the chat for Don for the 4. And W's in the chat for Eugene for the 1. W's in the chat for Tanya for the 2. W's in the chat for Lisa for the 2. W's in the chat for Jenny for the 1. W's in the chat for Sandra for the 15. W's in the chat for Linda for the 5. W's in the chat for Jarvie for the 125. W's in the chat for Oriana for the 5. W's in the chat for Rolanda? Yeah, Rolanda for the 228. W's in the chat for Eric for the 10. W's in the chat for Cosetta? I think that is Cosetta for the 2. W's in the chat for Cabrina for the 1. W's in the chat for Tatiana for the 20. W's in the chat for Raquel for the 5. W's in the chat for Robert for the 10. W's in the chat for Angel for the 1. W's in the chat for Don for the 5. W's in the chat for Kayla for the 7. W's in the chat for Tanya for the 11. W's in the chat for Laura for the 13. W's in the chat for Kelly for the 15. W's in the chat for Kai for the 15. Holy shit, there's still more. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. W's in the chat for Nicole for the 5. W's in the chat for Pete for the 2. W's in the chat for Ari for the 10. W's in the chat for Destiny for the 1. W's in the chat for Vicky for the 20. W's in the chat for Sandra for the 988. W's in the chat for Elite for the 5. W's in the chat for Shannon for the 3. W's in the chat for Stephen for the 2. W's in the chat for Robert for the 3. W's in the chat for Khalid for the 1. W's in the chat for Holly for the 5. W's in the chat for Sean for the 10. W's in the chat for David for the 40. And W's in the chat for Nicole for the 15. Holy shit, that was a lot. That was so much. That was so much. You guys are so fucking awesome. It was bars. The one thing that I love to call out is while trying to raise $2,000. Thank you for the confetti. As we got to a fucking million likes. I didn't even notice that. Let's fucking go. Let's go. And we got to 1 million likes. Whew, okay. The one thing that I want to call out is like I read, I think it was like 130 donations. I think it was like a total of 140 donations, and most of them were small donations. And I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. Like seriously, being able to do that in small donations. Like I say this all the time. If we do it together, then we can do anything, right? That's why I say, I start off by saying if everybody just send $2, understanding that some people may be able to give more than $2. Some people may be able to give $2 exactly. Some people may not be able to give anything, but like us doing it together is what got it done. And so that's what mattered. That's what mattered. And so we were trying to raise a total of $2,000, and we were able to raise a grand total of $2,135.88. And all of this will be going to cease. So I'm going to send that over. We got the information. I'm going to send that over. We're going to post the information in the Discord to make sure that you guys have transparency. Whenever we do mutual aid, we always make sure that we actually put the mutual aid receipts in the Discord. And if you are not in the Discord, and you want transparency, you want to see that we said we're doing what we said that we were going to do with the money, all you got to do is reach out to Kay and we'll get you a copy of the receipt. Like, we make sure that what we say we're going to do, we do, because it's super important. Like, you guys put your trust and faith in us. And so we're making sure we do what we say we do. I love you more, Max. I love you way more. Okay. So that was a night. How about this? One more treat. Would you guys like one more treat? Yeah? When do you sleep? I sleep when I'm dead. Okay. So, you guys see this, right? You see this? Hold on a second. All right. So I think this has been our background for what? I think we've been covering this for about 2 weeks. All right. And, you know, it's the interesting thing that's been happening with this topic is that, one, people have a hard time staying on track. Like, they really do have a hard time staying on track. I don't know why. Santana go to sleep. Why? Not another mongoose. He's about to give us some gum kicks. Yeah, we've been running this topic for about 2 weeks, and I think that, like, it's super important that we understand what this topic really means, because there's a lot happening. And there's a lot of issues when it comes to the fact that there needs to be resolution when it comes to the war. But what I will say, more than understanding that there is a need for resolution, there's even more of an understanding that there's just people who need to be held accountable. So, tomorrow morning, Sparring with Santana, America, it's time for accountability. And there are some people that need to be held accountable. Republicans, capitalists, moderate Dems, white women, and fragile men. Yeah, it's going to be super interesting. It's going to be super, super interesting. So, that's what we're debating tomorrow morning. Anyway, my wife told me I got to get offline. I can't hang out with my friends anymore, so I got to go. Management said it's time to shut this down. She literally sent me an emoji and say, talk. So I got to get offline. Do you game? Sometimes. She sent me another and said, you've reached your time limit. She bullies me too. What up, Dan? All right. We're going to get out of here. And like I said, we're going to be debating this tomorrow. So it'll be fun. Just got here, Dan. Dan is like a night owl. Dan is up at like, I don't know what's happening with Dan's sleep schedule. You guys talking about me. Y'all need to talk to Dan about sleep. I don't think Dan actually knows what sleep is. I'm convinced Dan is allergic to sleep. You talking about me. So, all right, guys, we got to get out of here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Let's wrap it up. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and hit the follow button before you leave. If you're not following me, hit that follow button. Let's go.
You stepped in a box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Great stats will get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey. Crazy night tonight, guys. You guys are fucking amazing. No, thank you. Like, seriously, guys, there's no way in hell I could do anything like I couldn't do this without you. Like, you guys give me this platform, you guys give me the ability to share my voice. You guys are absolutely amazing, period. So thank you. You guys are amazing. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Sparring with Santana. We got new talking points. We got new debate topics. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have a great one. All right, guys. Get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being absolutely amazing. I love you all. And as always, peace.